What's up, guys? It's your boy Steve-O with the Profit Report with AB and Steve. My brother from another mother, AB, is on the road. He might be joining us soon. And tonight we are reviewing Rivian. Rivian, the electric car company. And it's one of the newcomers to the field, and we're going to be reviewing their annual statement today. How y'all feeling, man? Thank you guys for coming through, rocking with us, ready to break it down, look at these financial statements, and see how this company is doing. Before we get started, I'm going to play a little video on Rivian from this guy who reviews vehicles, and it's a YouTube short. I'm just going to play it a little bit.
Motor R1S for a couple of months. The exchange was pretty simple. No funds were involved. I get content, they get exposure and feedback. Let's start with the pros. First of all, I think it looks really good, especially with these all-terrain tires. Second, this has the most optimized storage solutions I've ever seen. You get a ton of trunk space, even more space under here. I get ultra deep center console space. I get more storage space right down here, more storage space right here. Behind your third row, you have a really good amount of space, even more space if I fold down the third row. I have more storage space in this little cubby and more storage space under the floor. My family and I drove to Texas with 4 people and we didn't even need a roof box.
The range is also pretty good. It's doing about 340 miles with these all-terrains, but when I first got this dropped off, it had the range wheels, and I was easily getting about 400 miles in the city, about 325 miles strictly highway.
That's actually pretty good. Tesla, the one that I have, a Model 3, doesn't even get that. It gets about 250 realistically. So it getting over 300 miles on one charge, and it being a SUV, that's pretty impressive actually.
It's also a monster off-road, arguably the best off-roader with fully independent suspension. It makes 850 horsepower as well, so it's super fast. But that's where the pros start to bleed into the cons. So if you're driving with family or kids in the car, odds are you're not using all 850 horsepower. And I'm willing to bet my entire channel that less than 10% of people actually will take this off-road. So if you remove those two things, you're left to focus on everything else, like build quality. And what is this? Maybe I'm being harsh. Even though it's 108, that technically does start in the mid-70s. But here's a car from China that's in the 50s.
Damn.
Next is the software.
So, wow. Dude, that's insane.
That's bad.
So I guess if you're not into tech, that's acceptable.
Until you've been in something that's really good like Tesla, their screens work better, they're more responsive, and they're 2K resolution. Even this screen from Chinese maker Li Auto has incredible.
So just as a FYI, I've seen this guy's video, and he's very heavy into Chinese vehicles. I've seen him advertise high-tech Chinese vehicles. So I don't know if he works for those people or he advertises for those people, but I've seen him do most of those videos. So I just don't know if there's a bias, but nonetheless, whether there's a bias or not a bias, you could see from the video, screen responsiveness varies from Rivian to Tesla and to this other vehicle that he's showing.
Responsiveness is 2K resolution, and it has virtually zero lag.
Next is the sound system. Rivian dropped Meridian, which they used to have, to make their own sound system just like Tesla does, except this is not as good as Tesla's. As a matter of fact, it's barely as good as a Bose sound system, and there's an entire forum dedicated to that, which is insane for a $108,000 car as tested. The other negatives are pretty small, but they do add up. Like the fact that if I fold this third row down, the only way to get it back up is to go around the side, pull the tab, and push it back up. This Volkswagen Atlas has a simple solution to that. Tab, pull up, and then to pull it down, same thing. Easy. This also needs a digital rearview mirror. Whenever we came back from Texas, there was so much stuff in the trunk that I couldn't see out of one half of the window. You could do what this company does and just use the backup camera as your rearview mirror.
And that brings me to my last point. This needs significantly better charging. It says 10 to 80% in about 45 minutes, but honestly, I was getting more about an hour. I did get 45 about twice, but that was really best case scenario. And that's kind of insane for 2025. Despite this video, I really do like Rivian, and I had the honor of having RJ in my video during the R2 launch. There's a verse in the Bible that I love. It says, "Wounds from a friend are better than kisses from an enemy." And I really hope Rivian knows I'm just trying to be a friend.
If you're
um, so I like the way that Rivians look. They're I don't know if you guys ever looked at it in person, but it's a very beautiful car. I remember actually the first time I seen a Rivian, I was like, this guy at a gym. I was like, dude, this was a few years back. I was like, what kind of car is that? Because he opened his hood and then he put stuff in. I was like, what? I was like, you don't have anything in there? And then I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, this is a beautiful car. Just from a beauty standard, like aesthetics, it's really a good looking car. The Rivian is, and I think personally, I think it looks better than Tesla. But as you've seen in the video that the guy just reviewed, he said from the software perspective, screen responsiveness, and all that, it looks like Tesla's a little better. From a storage perspective, it looked like Rivian does a good job with the storage. So if we just go to their websites, so Rivian is a fairly new player in this market and electric car in general as a company, and we're gonna get into when they started. Maybe actually that's where we should start. So Rivian started in 2009 when Robert R.J. founded the company, originally known as Mainstream Motors in Florida, and he's a MIT graduate in mechanical engineering, and he was driven by a passion for both cars and environmental sustainability. He initially set out to create a fuel efficient sport car, but as the EV landscape evolved, he shifted towards electric trucks and SUVs. Segment largely unexplored by other startups. Rivian operated in stealth mode, developing technology and acquiring patents until unveiling its R1T pickup or R1S SUV prototypes. So if you ever seen their cars, like I man, their trucks look really nice. Like the lighting, the way the truck looks, their SUVs, they look really nice. And look at the investment that they got. So significant investments and partnerships were secured in 2019, including 700 million from Amazon, which also committed to purchasing 100,000 electric delivery vans and a $500 million investment from Ford. Damn. And we're gonna look at this further, but I think Amazon owns about 13% of the stock. I wasn't aware about Ford because even Volkswagen is a big stockholder in Rivian. They hold over 10% as well, and they even have a board seat within the company. So as you can see, Amazon invested in Rivian, Ford invested 500 million, and not only did Amazon invest in Rivian, they also committed to purchasing 100,000 electric delivery vans. I mean, that's a big um, commitment right off the bat. Not only are they their business partner, also as a customer. So in 2017, Rivian acquired former Mitsubishi plant in Normal, Illinois. That's really a place, Normal, Illinois. That's I've never heard of that. Where is in Normal, Illinois? It's just a random place to be at, Normal, Illinois. You guys ever heard of Normal, Illinois? It's a town located in central Illinois, specifically in the McLean County. Looks normal. All right, let's go back to the company inception. So then they acquired a Mitsubishi plant, and then the company pursued vertical integration and delivering us R1T trucks in 2021 and making its first to market with an electric pickup. And then it went public in 2021 through an IPO. So they started in 2009, and then 12 years later, they became a publicly traded company trading. And then future plans included launching a more affordable platform and reducing costs to achieve profitability. In 2024, they announced a partnership with Volkswagen, including a potential $5 billion investment, and then also received approval for a 6.6 billion loan from the U.S. Department of Energy for a factory in Georgia. So they only have one factory right now, which is in Normal, Illinois. But it looks like that they're trying to get another one in Georgia, and they got a loan for 6.6 billion. Interesting. So if we go to their website, look at this. That 7,500 tax credit. They're also advertising that. This is also affecting them. One thing though that this big beautiful bill might favor this company is they have a clause within that bill that said if you haven't delivered, I think it's like 225,000 vehicles between 2021 to 2025, this tax credit will be extended until 2026. So it does give them a little bit of room as opposed to Tesla that doesn't have that. Well, they still advertising 2025, but yeah, they have a thing. So it says September 30th. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, if we look it up, I was looking this up earlier, and they were mentioning that they have. All right, is Rivian tax credit extended to 2026? Let's look it up. So look at this. It's being reported that Rivian may still qualify for the federal EV tax credit, potentially through the end of 2026, due to an exception for manufacturers who haven't yet reached the 200,000 vehicle sales cap by December 31st, 2025, which includes a special rule. This would allow automakers like Rivian, who haven't sold 200,000 clean vehicles as of the end of 25, to continue to qualify for the credit. So they lucked out compared to Tesla. And welcome, guys. If you join in with reviewing Rivian, you guys rock with Rivian. What's up, AB? AB's driving on the road. You know what I'm saying? But he's still coming out and supporting your boy. Shout out to you, AB, man. Hope the drive is good, man. Rivian is somewhat exempt from that, or they have more time for that tax credit, interestingly enough. So if we go to their website, it's a beautiful car, guys. You anybody drove a Rivian? I've never drove it, but I've seen it up close. A guy at the gym that I used to go to, he used to have one, and I looked at it, I'm like, oh my god, it's a beautiful car, man. Beautiful. Why? It's a good question, AB. So the reason why is they made a within the bill, they said they made a special rule that allows companies who haven't sold 200,000 vehicles by December 31st, 2025, to continue to get this tax credit until 2026. So it's supposed to help like upstarts like Rivian, and it hurts people like Tesla. But since Rivian apparently hasn't sold 200,000 vehicles, yeah. So I don't know if they did some lobbying, because that's a very specific rule. I mean, there's not a lot of electric car companies. So for it to help out Rivian, it does make you wonder. I mean, they do have some big investors, right? We said Amazon is a big investor into Rivian. They hold over 10%. Volkswagen is a big investor. They hold over 10%. Ford is a big investor. They hold a significant percentage. They invested over $500 million. So they got some big dogs that have invested with them. So I wonder if I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but it is interesting that they put this in this big beautiful bill. Somewhat of an exception. Only gives them one more year, but still, better than nothing. So if you guys are interested in buying an electric car, Rivian still might qualify. So they do have a newer one that's supposed to come out as well. That's cheaper, because their stuff is, look. All right, let's see if we could buy it. R1S. Their stuff is expensive. Look at this. Look at this SUV right here. 76,000. 76,990. AB said, I'm curious about their sales. Yeah, I know. Their sales is not that great. That's super interesting. Maybe I gotta go check Rivian. Yeah, you could check Rivian, but look at their price, man. Like, it's a pretty car, but 76,990 starting. That's crazy for R1S dual standard. So it looks like they have, how many brands do they have? Let's see what they got. So there's a R1S. Let's look up how many models of Rivian exist and what is the cheapest to the most in order. Guys, you ever drove a Rivian? What's your thought on it? Yeah, AB, I'm looking that up. I'm trying to see. So I'm trying to see actually how many they offer. So they have a R1T electric pickup truck. They have a R1S electric SUV. Those are the two main ones, and then they have announced upcoming models, which is called the R2. That's supposed to start around $45,000, and it's gonna arrive in 2026. And then they're also planning by 2027 the R3 and the R3X, which are crossover models, and that's going to cost about 37,000. Wow, that's pretty cheap actually. So currently, this is how their price compares right now. So R1T, their cheapest model right now is 70,990. Hassan, it's funny, man. I joined yesterday for a moment, and as soon as I joined, it's when you have an internet issue. I was like, oh, the irony, the real irony of this whole situation. I thought it was funny, and I dropped that joke, and I didn't even get to see you come back. I didn't get to see you pay your electric bill. I mean, your internet bill before you came back. How's the quality versus Tesla? So I was just, you know what? Maybe I should play the video again. I was just playing a video of this guy that was reviewing um, Rivian, and let me see if I could play you guys the video and he was comparing it to Tesla. Let me see. It's a short. Where's this guy, yo? This guy did a short one, yeah. Yeah, guys, thank you for joining. Appreciate you tuning in on a Friday, man.
If you're thinking about buying a Rivian, don't until you've watched this video.
Let me know if you guys could hear the audio. If you don't.
So Rivian gave me this Gen 2 tri-motor R1S for a couple of months. The exchange was pretty simple. No funds were involved. I get content, they get exposure, and feedback. Let's start with the pros. First of all, I think it looks really good, especially with these all-terrain tires. Second, this has the most optimized storage solutions I've ever seen. You get a ton of trunk space, even more space under here. I get ultra deep center console space. I get more storage space right down here, more storage space right here. Behind your third row, you have a really good amount of space, even more space if I fold down the third row. I have more storage space in this little cubby and more storage space under the floor. My family and I drove to Texas with 4 people and we didn't even need a roof box.
The range is also pretty good. It's doing about 340 miles with these all-terrains, but when I first got this dropped off, it had the range wheels, and I was easily getting about 400 miles in the city, about 325 miles strictly highway.
It's also a monster off-road, arguably the best off-roader with fully independent suspension. It makes 850 horsepower as well, so it's super fast, but that's where the pros start to bleed into the cons. So if you're driving with family or kids in the car, odds are you're not using all 850 horsepower, and I'm willing to bet my entire channel that less than 10% of people actually will take this off-road. So if you remove those two things, you're left to focus on everything else, like build quality.
You see, look at that build quality, guys. We were just talking about that. Look, it's not that high quality.
And what is this?
Maybe I'm being harsh. Even though it's 108, that technically does start in the mid-70s. But here's a car from China that's in the 50s. Next is the software. So, wow.
Look how long that took to load. You don't see that with Tesla. That load time
Dude,
is
that's
slow.
insane.
That's bad.
So I guess if you're not into tech, that's acceptable. Until you've been in something that's really good like Tesla, their screens work better, they're more responsive, and they're 2K resolution. Even this screen from Chinese maker Li Auto has incredible responsiveness, it's 2K resolution, and it has virtually zero lag.
Next is the sound system. Rivian dropped Meridian, which they used to have, to make their own sound system just like Tesla does. Except this is not as good as Tesla's. As a matter of fact, it's barely as good as a Bose sound system, and there's an entire forum dedicated to that, which is insane for a $108,000 car as tested. The other negatives are pretty small, but they do add up. Like the fact that if I fold this third row down, the only way to get it back up is to go around the side, pull the tab, and push it back up. This Volkswagen Atlas has a simple solution to that. Tab, pull up, and then to pull it down, same thing, easy. This also needs a digital rearview mirror. Whenever we came back from Texas, there was so much stuff in the trunk that I couldn't see out of one half of the window. You could do what this company does and just use the backup camera as your rearview mirror. And that brings me to my last point. This needs significantly better charging. It says 10 to 80% in about 45 minutes, but honestly, I was getting more about an hour. I did get 45 about twice, but that was really best case scenario, and that's kind of insane for 2025. Despite this video, I really do like Rivian, and I had the honor of having RJ in my video during the R2 launch. There's a verse in the Bible that I love. It says, "Wounds from a friend are better than kisses from an enemy." And I really hope Rivian knows I'm just trying to be a friend.
So as you can see, guys, with this review, and I've played this video earlier. So it looks like it looks good. They got good storage options. Price is really high, but then their software lags a little bit, and then also charge time. It takes a while to charge, and then it looks like the material being used also doesn't seem like high quality for the price that we're talking about. So price ranges that starts with their cheapest model is 70,990. So we're talking about, I mean, even like higher end Mercedes and stuff. That boy looked good. What? Looks like he went to Cornell for finance. Yeah, and then that dude, the guy that I just showed you guys to, he does a lot of reviews on Chinese vehicles. I don't know if he's affiliated with Chinese vehicles, but I've seen him do a lot of reviews on those, and he seems to be a little pro those vehicles, which those vehicles are really nice, but I just want to put that out there. But look at their cheapest model is 70,000 and their highest model is 106,990. So it looks like they're using the same approach as like Tesla. When Tesla first started, they were using more expensive, the Roadster, and then after that it looked like they're gonna get cheaper models as time goes. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful car from a looks perspective. It's one of the best looking cars. I think it looks better than Tesla, and I'm a Tesla guy, but I actually like Rivian. It is a beautiful car. Their SUV their uh, and their trucks. But the question is, the big question, are their numbers pretty too? So this company started in 2009. They IPO'd in 2021. So technically they've been in business for, what is that, 16 years. IPO'd 2021, so they've been in at least a publicly traded company for 4 years. Let's look at their numbers. All right, we're looking at their 10K right off the bat. One thing I noticed, theirs is good looking. Look at that. Got their logo right in there. The font looks nice. I don't know why more companies don't spend the time to just like make your annual statement. I know not a lot of people read it, but just make it look, nice to read, nice to look at, put some graphics. We've seen this with European companies. They make and Rivian, to me, thus far, looks good. Nice font. So it is incorporated in Delaware. It trades under the trade symbol RIVN, and then it trades on a NASDAQ. So typically stocks trade either in the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. And it trades on a NASDAQ. Okay, so incorporated in 2021. Let's look. So we got table of content. All right. Boom, boom, boom. We don't need to look at this. So look at this. They talk about risk factors for their business. They said they're a growth stage company with limited operating history and a history of losses. Well, that's not a good start, huh? We expect to incur significant expenses and continuing losses for the foreseeable future and may not be able to achieve or maintain profitability in the future. Well, that's not very positive, huh? We expect to incur significant cost of revenues, operating expense. Man, okay. We will require additional financing to raise capital to support our business, which may not be available in a timely manner or in terms that are acceptable or at all. All right, so it's looking dire right now. Um, yeah, welcome guys. Welcome to the channel, man. We're reviewing Rivian, the newcomer in the electric car world. I hope you stay tuned. If you got any questions too, drop it. And if you've driven a Rivian, a Tesla, any of these electric cars, man, put your comment in there. What was your overall take of Rivian? I've never drove it, but I've seen it. It's a beautiful car. I would love to drive it. AB, you got to drive that car, bro. You're supposed to be driving all these cars that we're reviewing, man. I think you drove a Tesla. We need a Rivian. We need a Volkswagen. All that. All right. So it says the success of our business depends on attracting and retaining a large number of consumers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then their future growth is dependent on the demand for upcoming willingness to adopt EVs. We are subject to risk associated with our joint venture with Volkswagen. So Volkswagen is a big investor into Rivian. So is Amazon. So is Ford. All right. So they're just talking about the risk. Uh, they talk about significant delays in the manufacture and delivery of our vehicles. Yup. Cost increase, disruption in supply chain. That's a risk that exists with any car company. We highly depend on the service and reputation of Robert Scrange. So this is the founder. This is the second company that I've seen where they say they're highly dependent on the services and reputation of Robert J. Scrange. So this is the founder. So let's look this guy up. This guy's a MIT grad, and he's the one that started this company. But you know, Tesla, when we reviewed Tesla, they mentioned that as being a risk. Like, Elon not being there is a risk. Look at this guy. This is the founder, RJ. So if we look up this guy, what's his background? He's an American engineer and entrepreneur, CEO of Rivian. He was born in 1983 in Florida, grew up as a car enthusiast. Inspired by the negative environmental impacts of cars, he aimed to create a sustainable transportation system. He got a bachelor's from this Polytechnic Institute, and then he got a master's and a PhD from MIT. So very smart dude, looks like. And then 2009, he started the company and then has been rocking it since. And then notably, Scaringe has 100% ownership of the Class B shares, providing with veto power over board decision. So he has a huge influence on the company. Look at this. He has, so even though there's big joint ventures with these other companies, because he has 100% ownership of the company's Class B shares, it gives him veto power over board decision. So he really gets the ability to influence the company uh, in a different way. Yes, Bree, he is very smart. And AB, yes, they can use Tesla chargers. And then look at that. They also secured a partnership with Amazon for 100,000 electric delivery vehicles. And just as a side note, a lot of Tesla has opened up the charger for many cars. So when I go charge sometimes at a supercharger, you see like a random car over there charging using a Tesla charger, which is kind of annoying actually. It's like, yo, you get a little territorial. It's like you ain't got no freaking Tesla. But yeah, they have let them, and I think Rivian is also part of that. And we could just double check: is Rivian allowed on Tesla chargers? I think they are. Yeah, so Rivian vehicles are allowed to charge at compatible Tesla chargers, superchargers. Yeah, Tesla's very nice. I mean, Tesla is all about, you know what I'm saying? I know this is a Rivian thing, but Tesla's all about, sustainable environment, sustainable world. So they actually have been very nice in doing that. And that's actually one of the biggest hurdles for most electric companies is they don't have a big infrastructure for charging. So they borrow from Tesla. Tesla has a good infrastructure as far as charging stations. All right, so they depend highly on this guy. So if this guy, something happens to this guy, the company is not going to be no good. All right, so breaches in data security, blah, blah, blah. They might become subject to patent infringement claims, exposed to other proven, about tariffs. They talk about tariffs. Okay. The new kid on the block, Rivian. We're reviewing Rivian today. Guys, the new kid on the block. They IPO'd in 2020. All right, so as an American automotive manufacturer that develops and builds category-defining electric vehicles, as well as software and services that address the entire life cycle of the vehicle. Okay. So they think their competitive advantage stems from product and brand differentiation through vertically integrated technologies, as well as our direct-to-customer sales and service model. A lot of people mention this vertically integrated technology. Let's look that up. I think this is a supply chain term, and I've heard it many times, but I want to get an actual definition. If AB was here, I think it's supposed to be like efficiency with like how they do process, but let's look it up. What does that mean? So they refers to the strategy developing and manufacturing a significant portion of their vehicle components and software in-house rather than relying heavily on outside suppliers. So, okay, so just doing everything in-house essentially. So it looks like they used to outsource the sound system too, but then now they brought it in-house. So that's what they mean by vertically integrated. Okay. And then they talk about network and architecture software stack serves as the basis for this recently formed Rivian and VW Group technology. We expect the joint venture to develop industry-leading software-enabled vehicles. Look at these companies, man. Partner up, though. They can't do it themselves. They got to partner up. During the 3 months ended December 31st, from software established Rivian, the company analyzed the result of it through the following reporting segments. Oh, so now they have an automotive and a software and services business. Okay. So they have the vehicle R1T, which is a 5-passenger pickup truck, and then the R1S, which is a 3-row, 7-passenger sport vehicle. Okay, so they have plans also to manufacture mid-sized platform. We talked about that. They just talk about the different things that they have. And then commercial vehicles. So they also have a commercial van, which is considered electric delivery van in collaboration with Amazon. There are over 20,000 commercial vans on the road, and in 2024, Amazon vans from Rivian delivered more than 1 billion packages to customers in the United States. Oh, wow. So they're already in operation. Let's see what these look like. Hold up. Actually, let me look at it. See, let me see. Maybe Maybe we'll deliver the package to you, one of you guys. Rivian, Amazon vehicles. What do they look like? Oh, I've seen these. I didn't know these were Rivian's cars. No way. I'm sure you guys have seen these too. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Man, that's a big advantage for this company being in partnership with Amazon. And it's also an investor and a customer. That's a big advantage, you know? That gives them a lot of lifeline. Bree says she remembers those vehicles. Yeah. Who knew they were Rivian? Wow, okay. And they delivered 1 billion packages, so they're obviously working well. Um, and then they say the EDV and RCV are long-range electric commercial step-in vans designed for large-scale production. And Amazon has ordered an initial volume 100,000 vehicles. So they currently have 20,000 on the road. So they still have to deliver 80,000 more. And who knows, they might order more. And they have designed 500 to 700 cubic foot version of the vans, optimized for various commercial use, including last mile delivery use cases. And then it's designed to be comfortable and easy to operate for drivers. Wow. So similar to Tesla also, they do sell credits. Look what it says. We earn tradable credits in the operation of our business under various regulation related to zero emission vehicles. We sell these credits to other regulated entities who can use the credits to comply with emission standards. Oh, VW got a big 2 thumbs down yesterday. Oh, damn, they're not doing so well. Oh, I gotta watch that video. What's up, San? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. We're reviewing Rivian, the company, the new kid on the block, the new electric car on the block. Anybody has driven a Rivian before, let us know what your thought is. It looks pretty. I wonder if it drives pretty as well. If anybody has driven a Rivian, let us know. Man, so VW is not doing good, huh? 2 thumbs down. That's not good. So look, they got the joint venture though with Volkswagen right here. Has formed an equally owned joint venture as a separate legal entity to create a next generation electric architecture and best-in-class software technology. And they're supposed to focus on software, electrical control units, blah, blah, blah. With Volkswagen Group planning to utilize Rivian's zonal ECU architecture and software stack across multiple brands. Oh. And then that result of that company is consolidated within their software and service segment. But it is a separate legal entity with its own management and board of directors. Wow, okay. And then when purchasing a Rivian, we offer customers the opportunity to trade in their current vehicle. We also sell used Rivian vehicles directly to customers on our website. Okay. They do offer technology-enabled vehicle repair and maintenance experience, physical service centers, as well as mobile service vehicles. So they're very similar to Tesla in that Tesla offers the same similar situation as Rivian. So they copying a lot of the blueprint from Tesla. They do operate the Rivian Adventure Network direct current fast chargers. So they got their own fast chargers as well. We began opening up the Rivian Adventure Network to non-Rivian EVs, allowing us to increase the utilization of our network. So you could use a Rivian network also to charge other electric vehicles. Okay. Software subscriptions across our consumers and commercial vehicles. We offer value-added software subscription. All consumer vehicles come standard with connectivity features such as over-the-air updates, live navigation, remote vehicle commands, tethering, and a basic Alexa package. In addition, we offer Connect Plus, which brings enhanced media connectivity and live security to our Rivian vehicles. Very similar to Tesla. Tesla also has a subscription model where you pay either monthly or yearly, and it gives you all these perks as well. So very similar model. This company is kind of copying what Tesla is doing. Um, so alongside our commercial vehicles, we offer Fleet OS, proprietary end-to-end centralized fleet management subscription platform. So they got some software subscription services that they offer. And they're also working to seamlessly integrate into existing systems through strategic ecosystem partnerships, blah, blah, blah. Other services. Oh, they also do insurance and financing offerings. Yo, they really copying Tesla to the T. That's crazy, bro. Tesla also does insurance and financing offerings. And they also even operate a Rivian gear shop, offering a customers a range of vehicles and non-vehicle accessories, including adventure gear. Yo, very similar. Tesla has the same thing. Man. So a lot of similar offerings as Tesla. So they currently manufacture all their vehicles on R1 and RCV platforms at our manufacturing facility in Normal, Illinois. I know that is an actual place. It's called Normal, Illinois, a city in Illinois. I still find that crazy. Normal. You guys have been to Normal, Illinois? And they call it the Normal Factory, which is equipped to produce up to 150,000 vehicles annually when the equipment is operated at full rate and multiple shifts. That is garbage. Only 150,000 vehicles annually. I know this is a fairly new company, but that's not a lot of cars, guys. 150,000 vehicles is not a lot. And that's at full rate and multiple shifts. That's not just Joe Schmo working 8-hour shift. It looks like multiple shifts, no issues, nothing. They could produce 150,000 cars. We said last year Tesla, just Model Y alone, has sold over 1 million units. And these people could only produce 150,000 vehicles. So it's a little bit, production is kind of weak. Oh, sold 1.7 million. Oh, look at that. Tesla sold 1.7 million, AB said. So 150,000 vehicles, that's not even 10% of what Tesla sold. 10% would be 170,000. So they can't even produce. So these guys, production wise, they are lagging behind heavy from Tesla. This annual installed capacity is approximately 85,000 vehicles for the R1 and 65,000 vehicles for RCV platform. And they only have one plant. And then they also prepare initial production of R2 in the first half of 2026. Okay. Following this capacity increase, the annual installed capacity split is expected to be 155,000 R2 vehicles, with a total plant capacity capped at 215,000 annual units. 215,000 units is still not a lot. So they are building another facility in Georgia, and they did get actually a loan from the U.S. government, from the Energy Department, for like $6 billion. And that's supposed to produce 400,000 vehicles annually. So they're gonna first, but that's not gonna start until, look at this. Construction is supposed to begin in 2026, and then manufacturing line is not gonna start until 2028. So they are way behind. Like, this is very early. Vertical integration is core to our product development and manufacturing process. So when you see companies like Volkswagen, you know, when you see Ford and all of them this investing, it kind of shows you a little bit that these companies are low key also desperate, like Volkswagen and stuff, because you're investing in a fairly new company to use their software, blah blah blah. It shows a little bit of incompetency. You know what I'm saying, on your end. Why do you need to go to the new kid on the block to bolster up your software for a company that's fairly new, only been publicly traded for 4 years. That's crazy. All right, supplier selection. They talk about what they do for it, so we don't really care about their supplier selection. I'm sure they have a robust process. So it looks like historically, the automotive industry has experienced higher revenue in the spring and summer months. Oh, so most people buy cars in the spring and summer months, huh? Nobody wants to buy cars in the winter. Additionally, we generally expect delivery volumes of commercial vehicle sales to be less in the winter months as customers shift their focus to making last mile deliveries during holidays rather than incorporate more vehicles into their fleet, which could result in higher finished good inventory levels during the period. Uh, okay, competition. We aspire to drive meaningful change in the world's transition to sustainable mobility. We believe primary competitive markets in our markets are talent and culture, technological innovation, performance, customer experience. Okay. Our competition includes the millions of traditional internal combustion engine. Okay. And then EVs sold each year in the commercial and consumer. They should name Tesla right out, yo. That's your biggest competition. Um, what else? Across we believe that our vertically integrated business model. Okay, other regulatory stuff. That's not that important. National Highway Safety Commission. Um, AB Teslas hold up really well actually in the winter. I mean, you do have to charge it more often. The battery does. It doesn't hold as much, so that is true. But it's not like if you keep charging your car, you'll be all right. But there is a drop for sure. But as far as actual performance and the snow, I live in the Northeast. The snow's often Teslas, and I have a Model 3, which is, the cheapest model, and it performs well. Battery safety and testing. Okay. We don't need to know that. Emission credit program. These are different regulation. Oh, look at this. They recognize $325 million from sales of regulatory credits earned for model years 2022, 2023. So guys, we talked about this before. These electric companies, because they don't have any emission and they're helping the environment from carbon emission, they're essentially like carbon neutral. So these guys, because they're helping the environment, they could sell. They have credits per se because they're making a positive impact that they could sell to other companies that are perhaps not doing so well, like a gas company that's emitting a lot of carbon. If they haven't been able to meet their goals, because there's different regulations that said, yo, you got to cut your carbon emission by by this year. But if they're not able to do that, what they could do is buy it from a company that has excess credit. And Tesla, we saw they made over $2 billion just doing that. And it looks like Rivian also made money selling those credits. They don't have to do anything. They're already doing it. So this is essentially free money for these guys. And they made $325 million just from that. Rivian expects to continue to recognize revenue in 2025 from credits earned for model years 2022. Okay. So automobile manufacturing dealer regulation. So look at this. We've talked about this before. It says state laws regulate the manufacture, distribution, sale, and service of automobiles and generally require motor vehicle manufacturers and dealers to be licensed in order to sell vehicles directly to consumers. But as of 2024, December 31st, 25 states and the District of Columbia permit Rivian, as a manufacturer of motor vehicles, to obtain a dealer license to conduct vehicle sales, provided we meet certain requirements. Once licensed in one or more of these 25 states, we may sell our vehicles to any consumer in the United States as a matter of interstate commerce. Wow. So Rivian currently has deal license to sell vehicles directly in 13 states and has pending application in another 3 states. 25 states restrict our ability to obtain a dealer license to sell within those states. To sell vehicles to residents of states where they do not have a license or are unable to be licensed due to our status as a manufacturer, we must conduct a sale out of state over the internet or on the telephone. So certain states require for a dealer to sell the car as opposed to the manufacturer. We looked at this the other day. So if Rivian made the car, Rivian cannot sell directly to Joe. Rivian has to sell it to dealership, and then the dealership has to sell it to Joe. And Joe's just a made up name. But so because of that, so if you live in one of those states, what needs to happen is because Rivian doesn't have a dealership there, you would have to go out of state to pick up the vehicle. And that's the same thing that happened to me when I bought Tesla. Tesla has similar restriction. They cannot sell directly in Rhode Island, so I had to go to New Jersey and drive over 4 hours to get to my car. All right, automobile manufacturer regulation Canada. Are vehicles able for sale in the Canadian market are subject to different regulation. Okay. Look at this, the tax credit. They also have the $7,500 tax credit, but that's going away. But I said this at the top of the hour. They do benefit. There is a special clause that says with the big beautiful bill that if a vehicle company has not sold 200,000 units since 2021, that this tax credit would be extended to 2026. So Rivian is going to benefit from that as opposed to Tesla. So the tax credit is going to be there for Rivian. What else? So they have even other tax credits. Look at that. The 48C qualifying advanced energy project investment tax credit provides a 30% tax credit on investments to build production facilities for advanced energy technology. Damn. Congress appropriated $10 billion into this program with $4 billion allocated in the first round. Yo, 30% tax credit is no joke. That means if you invested $10 billion into a project, you get $3 billion back. That's a lot of money. Damn. Kia should look at Rivian. He should, man. It is a beautiful car. It is absolutely a beautiful car. United States federal tax credits, including those that are subject by change to new Congress and administration. So this annual statement is as of December 31st, 2024. It doesn't take in consider the big beautiful bill, which a lot of this stuff has been revised. So even this 30% tax credit they're talking about, I'm not sure if it exists anymore because there is a lot of that stuff has been removed. Intellectual property. This is essentially any patents and things that they have that's proprietary. So through strategic and business assessments of our intellectual property, we rely on a combination of patents, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yep. Man, as of December 31st, 2024, they have over 900 granted patents. Damn, 900 patents, yo. And have over 1,800 patent application. My goodness. And then they have 2,900 registered trademarks. And then have over 500 trademark applications. This is a new company too. Look at this. Look how many freaking trademark that they have. That is wild. We will pursue intellectual property protection to the extent we believe it would be advantageous to our business objective. That is a lot, yo. Okay. Our approach to impact and inclusion, sustainability. Okay. Sourcing, circularity. And then they talk about charging. Okay, we don't need to know that. Human capital. They have, so them themselves plus their joint venture with Volkswagen, all in total, they employ 14,861 employees. Again, significantly lower than Tesla. Tesla has about 140,000 employees. So it's a smaller operation. And then look at their core values. It's called come together. We never take granted the magic that occurs when thinkers and doers from different industries and geographies, lived experiences, and perspectives surround a challenge from all sides. Well, that's nice. Ask why. Innovation is not the job of a small group within a company. Better ways of doing things are waiting to be discovered. I like it. Stay open. Zoom out. Look up from where you are. We're part of not one but many interdependent ecosystems. Okay. Over deliver. The word forever says it all. Our work is never done, and that's by design. Loving the world means always looking for more ways to do better. We don't stop at good enough. I'm feeling motivated. Look at these guys. I actually like their core values or whatever this is. That's cool. Okay, let's keep going. They're based in Delaware. Most corporations are set in Delaware. Like over 60% of companies are incorporated in Delaware. It's just friendlier for a corporation, so that's not that was to be expected. What else we have? Risk factors. And we looked at this earlier. They talked about we're a growth stage company with limited operating history and a history of losses. We expect to incur significant expenses and continuing losses. Look at this. We have incurred net losses since our inception, including net losses of 6.8 billion, 5.4 billion, and 4.7 billion. So 3 years straight, guys, they've lost money. Money. Look how much money they lost. They essentially have lost 6.8 plus 5.4. That's what? 11. That's what? 12 right there. 12.2 plus 4.7. That's 16.9. So they lost almost 17 billion since they've started. I mean, not they started, since 2022. That's a lot of money. But it's to be expected because it's a new company. I mean, Tesla lost money too for a while. So that's not uncommon. But they are not yet profitable. So that will tell you that. Now we should get to their numbers. Let's see. Commercial vehicles. And they have huge partnerships, like I said, with Volkswagen, with Ford, with Amazon. They got a joint venture with Volkswagen where they own 50%. Each one owns 50% and their co-joint venture. Look at this. More risks, more risks. Let's look, let's look, let's look. A significant portion of our revenues has been from one customer that's an affiliate of one of our principal stockholders. If we're unable to maintain this relationship, or if this customer purchases significantly fewer vehicles, than we currently anticipate, then our business prospects, financial condition, results of operation, and cash flows could be materially and adversely affected. They're probably talking about Amazon. Look at this. A significant portion of our revenues has been from Amazon, and which beneficially owns shares of our capital stock. Amazon owns about 3.7 million shares of Rivian, representing 13.5% of their voting powers. And then they're saying without their purchase of those 100,000 vehicles that they've agreed to, the company could really suffer. So that's been the lifeline for them right now. And then you talk about the dependency on their CEO. He is a significant influence on and driver of our business. Look at this. If he were to discontinue his service due to death, disability, or any other reason, or if his reputation is adversely impacted by personal actions or omission or other events within or outside of his control, we would be significantly disadvantaged. Man, this guy must be very important to the company for them to keep saying this. And then they said, in addition, Dr. Scrange is a trustee of the Rivian Foundation, that he may give right share other duties and conflict with the duties he owes. Furthermore, Dr. Scrange may have significant duties, may devote a substantial amount of time serving as a trustee of the Rivian Foundation, which may compete with his ability to devote a sufficient amount of attention toward his obligation. Yo, even in their risk of mentioning their CEO, very similar to Tesla, because Tesla mentioned Elon Musk and his being in many companies and not being able to focus his sole attention to the company as one of the risk. Rivian says the same thing. So that CEO is very important for Rivian.
What's up,
AB,
baby? Yeah,
what's up, dog?
man. My
I
bad, my
see
bad,
you.
my bad.
No doubt, man. No problem, bro. You came at a good time. I'm like, what am I hearing? I'm like, yo, is my audio messed up? And then suddenly I look up, it's you.
Look at you sneak in the back
So what do you
door,
think
you
of?
know.
Yeah, you really did, bro. What you think about Rivian thus far, man?
I didn't hear like all of it, but you said like most of their cars is being bought by Rivian,
By Amazon. So I
by
mean, that's
Amazon.
what
Yeah.
they said is Lifeline. Yeah. That's they only have delivered 20,000 vehicles to them, but they say like as that's the main reason that they've been like it's a big lifeline for them.
How many did they sell? Do we have we gotten to that number yet this year?
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm about to get into it
What's up,
actually.
my
So
peoples?
let's
What's up, the peoples in the chat? What's going on, guys?
I'm saying, man, AB is in the house, guys. Give a shout out to my boy out here, man.
I
He
just
just
did a
drove all the way from
six
Houston
hour,
to
seven
Nova.
hour drive, and I had to hop on real quick, support my boy Steve O holding it down solo. Drop a
Damn,
chat, guys. Say what's up,
yo, it really is a 7 hour drive, bro.
bro. It was supposed to be like a six, five and a half, six, but then yeah, you know, you stop a little bit, and then you hit a little traffic and a little accident, and then you know it turns into something else.
Damn. So my boy has just been driving since the afternoon, man. And now you're sitting again. I feel bad for you, actually.
But you know
Damn.
what? Like, it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good, man. It's the profit report, man. You know what I'm saying? My boy get energized for that, man. He lives for this
I
stuff,
really do.
guys.
Yo, we both love this shit. Like, I think, guys, like, thanks for allowing us to do this because every time we get off the stream, we're like, man, that was fun. So,
Yeah, we do get energized. After this, we're like, yeah, we don't know what to do with ourselves. We love this stuff, man. We're not just doing it for show. We really do love in investing and analyzing companies and then sharing what we know.
Is that you on the screen or that's me? What's that LMD? Oh, never mind. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going. My bad.
All right, so more risk. They're talking about if there's inadequate access to charging station. Yeah, that's a big risk for any of these electric companies. They are working on infrastructure, but in the meantime, at least them sharing with Tesla and they're all kind of sharing with one another. So that's been the saving grace for these companies because they don't have a big network of charging stations like Rivian and stuff because they're newcomers.
I stopped at Bucky's, right?
Bucky's, no, I do not know where Bucky's
The
is.
big gas station down here in Texas with the beaver, with the beaver face on it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So they had one right outside of Houston, and they had some electric plug-in. Like it's a gas station, but they had some electric plugs.
But
You
it's
know,
not Tesla. It's like one of those regular ones.
yeah, I don't think it was Tesla. I didn't really look at
Okay.
it, but yeah, this place had 96 pumps. This place is huge, man.
You said 96 pumps?
Yeah,
Damn.
I think Bucky's owns the largest gas station in the world. The one between Austin and San Antonio, or the one by Mississippi, I think just became the biggest one yet, or something like that. I don't know if you want to fact check me on that, but yeah. No, Bucky's is awesome, man. People love Bucky's. I wonder if they're not, I don't think they're private. I don't think they're. I mean, I don't think they're public. I think they're private. But that, I've never seen anybody be so gush over a gas station. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
We might have to do gas stations next week, guys. You know what I'm saying? After car week, maybe we have to do the traditional ones. My boy actually, well, you kind of worked in the oil and gas industry, kind of.
I did. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
you
that.
did. So that'd be interesting to find out.
Nah, yeah, Bree. Bree went to one earlier this year. She's like, man, I love this place, bro. It's a big. Have you been inside one?
No, I think I passed by one, but I don't recall being in one.
Bro, they have a mascot. You can take a pictures with it. They have swag you can buy. I mean, they have pajamas with the beaver. They got the cleanest restroom on the road. That's what they claim themselves to be. We got the
Oh,
cleanest bathrooms in the world. That's how they started. I mean, let me not derail. But it's a very fascinating company.
interesting. And you can't understate bathrooms, man. Rhode Island got one of the best airports. They got rated the best airport because their bathroom is really nice. So, bathroom is very important to people.
All right, Mr. Rivian. Oh, you're still at the risk stuff.
The risk, man. These guys. Do you see how important their guy is? Very similar, like to Elon.
But we
They
don't know him
mentioned-
though.
Why we looked him up? He's MIT graduate, PhD. That's
But he's not
all-
out there like Elon. He's not really pushing it like
No,
Elon.
he's not out there like that. He's definitely not. But he's
I mean,
obviously
why
important to
not,
them.
bro? Like, if you're not gonna sell your own brand, who's gonna sell it for you? I've always appreciated like those people that be screaming the ads on like the furniture guys or those car guys.
Yeah.
They be having gimmicks. They be wearing hats and shit. I always appreciate those guys because like, if you're not the number one most excited about your own damn brand, how the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
But bro, him getting investment from Ford, from Amazon, Volkswagen, he might not be like out there like Elon, but he must be doing something right to get investment from these people. Amazon,
bro.
13%. That's huge.
But Steve, when we looked at VW yesterday, these people are putting money in every bucket, bro.
Really?
They're investing in China. They're investing over here. They're investing over there. Like there was so many investments there. So it's kind of like it's kind of like their PE arm in a way. Their private equity arm,
yeah.
They're just kind of putting money in the bucket and hopefully something shakes out. Like
Damn.
even with the Bugatti, like they were majority owner, now like they're kind of like minority owner, so like we always talked about it. These companies will sell you, flip you, you know joint venture you. Like we've seen a lot of joint venture stuff. Like, yeah, I didn't
That's
even
falling
like
apart.
Rivian. I think they own like 5% or something from yesterday's report, if I remember.
Nah, they own over like 10%.
Oh,
What
you talking about VW? Okay,
VW? Yeah, yeah, they own over 10%, and they even have a board seat.
bro. VW, man, they got a damn VW bus electric for 60 grand. They're selling. They brought back the old VW bus, and they bought it back electric, and they're selling it for 60 grand.
Really? So they're all. So when you see stuff like this, though, it's a signal of like bad leadership. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're
So how the hell
spread
you gonna
out,
do your own thing, and then you're doing the Chinese investment, and then you're doing the Rivian? Like, are you just not sure? You're just hoping something sticks, or what is the thought process?
that's crazy. So Rivian investment is not a one-off. This is just one of their investment. It's
Right. Because they invested in some Chinese electric manufacturer, autonomous driving, Chinese autonomous driving companies they've invested in. No, we saw at least five, like six, seven, like different car investments they've done the last few years. So
dang. So VW guys is not doing so well, and it's one of the main investors for Rivian. So that might not be actually a great partnership if Volkswagen is all over the
on
place.
paper the brand looks good. It's like, oh, VW, the second biggest guy invested in me. You can take that around to attract new investors. You feel what I'm saying? But obviously, if you're an investor, you got to do due diligence. You can't just go based off name and stuff like that. We already looked at it with last week with the clothing, Michael Kors, Versace. They got the name, but when we looked at the number, it wasn't there, and it
That's
felt
true.
it felt kind of like that yesterday with VW. They had the lowest net margin rates I think we've seen all week at like three, four
Wow.
percent, three, four
Damn.
percent. Terrible, yeah.
Man, listen, this is why leadership is important, guys. And that's why they mention Rivian mentions their CEO as being an important person to their business operation, so much so that if they think they said that if he dies or something happens to him, that their business could be significantly affected. And
That, that,
they explicitly stated that we only seen Tesla, the only other company mentioned that. And we reviewed a whole bunch of financial statements thus far, but these are only two companies thus far that they mention their CEOs being so important that it could affect their business if something happened to
it
them.
feels like Rivian needs a salesman. They need an Elon to go out there and push it. You know, I can
I
see
mean,
like a
Elon is
Mark
a hell.
Cuban. I see like a Mark Cuban like coming in here. Like that kind of personality. I can see like a personality like that coming over and really helping these kind of companies. He got the credibility, billionaire, this and that. He's, you know what I mean? He's in the mix. I don't know.
But it could be so if their problem is sales, I would agree with you. But we could already see though they don't have even production capacity. You know what I'm saying? You could only make 10% of what
Are
Tesla's
they in
selling.
Cali or
So
where they at?
they're in a place called Normal, Illinois. It's an actual city. I didn't even know there's a city called Normal.
Really? Normal?
Yeah, Normal,
Why? Did
Illinois.
they
And they
take
only
over
have
like another?
one. I do not know, but they only have one place where they manufacture their vehicle right now. They have another one that they're gonna open up in Georgia, but that's not set to start operation or forget operation, start building 2026, an operation by 2027, 2028.
Brother, this
So
place is
they
in the
do
middle of
have
nowhere in Illinois. It's not even close to Chicago at all. It's like 3 hours away from Chicago. What is this?
I mean, they probably is cheap then, you know.
They have
I
to
don't even
have
know why
taken
they picked that
over.
location,
I can Google
right?
that if
That
you
would
if
make
you're
more
looking.
sense. Yeah, if you don't mind, man. That is just random. So we're still looking at the risk. Boo, boo, boo. What else? What else? What else? Oh, we love you too, guys. Kia, we love you. Bree, we love you too, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for rocking with us. So, has anybody driven a Rivian? We still haven't got nobody to say they've driven one. I'm curious how they drive.
I've seen a
So we're
couple. I
going through
haven't
the
seen a
list.
lot.
I've seen it in person, but I've never driven one. Very pretty car though, man. Very good looking car.
Yes, it is. I love those lights in the front.
Yes, same here, bro. Very futuristic.
Okay. All right. So it was a former Mitsubishi plant.
Oh, I did read
That's
that
why.
earlier. Okay, so that's got it. That
And
makes more sense.
and it had left a pool of skilled manufacturing workers in the area, and they got some incentives from the state. They got like a lot of breaks, $60 million package, um, and provided a 20-year tax incentive valued at over 5 million. So they were recruited there basically.
Ah, I see. So very similar also in how like Tesla started. Tesla started in Fremont, California by buying an old Toyota
Hmm.
manufacturing facility, and then this company similarly did with another company, Mitsubishi. Okay, a lot of similarities with these two companies. Okay, short
Yeah.
sales still
I wonder
going.
why they put the price so high. I wonder what was their go-to market strategy. Like they were going to be the premium brand, you know,
I
because
mean, it's the same approach though as Tesla as well. Go with the
with
high
the
price
S,
products
yeah.
because that gives you higher margins, gives you more money to start operation, and then once you have manufacture streamlined, you could reduce the cost. I don't know what's going on, but looking at this chat, y'all need to buy a used EV. Why? Why do they need to buy a used EV?
Well, we saw how bad it drops in value.
What, Rivian?
No, like EVs
In general? Yeah,
in general.
yeah, they do.
Like the Audi EV, they discontinued the Audi EV in Europe. They shut down the plant.
What?
Yes, the Audi e-tron or some shit like this. It came out, I think, like 75K. Right now it's going for like 25, 30,
Dang.
like with 10,000 miles on it. It was going for like 25 when we looked at
Sheesh.
it. Right. Yeah.
That's where you're gonna get the deals, guys.
Rivian and Lucid are both uphill battles. No denying Tesla shook things up, right place, right time. They weren't the first ever, but they did a lot of things right.
Agreed.
Yeah, Lucid is another one that we don't know much about.
I think Lucid is even worse condition as Rivian. I've never seen a Lucid car in person. I've seen Rivians here and
Yeah,
there. I ain't
yeah,
never seen no Lucid.
it's a beautiful car, but it's like when Ford started, weren't there a bunch of car brands that never made it out?
Back in the days, they even had electric vehicles. Timing is also very important. If you go back, like I've seen history of different cars, there's been cars that are like very innovative that have came out, but the market was not ready for it. And if you time it
Bro,
wrong,
I read something yesterday that I don't know if I had to like Porsche had a hybrid car back in 1900,
look at that.
19 some like some kind of weird looking
Yeah,
little
yeah,
Model
yeah.
T looking thing, but they said it
Right,
was technically the first hybrid car.
bro.
So, you know,
Yeah, no, there's been innovation. Like if you don't time it right and the market is not ready, there's been so many innovations where they just it hasn't worked
yeah.
out. Oh, look at this.
There's
Some
a lawsuit.
lawsuits that
All right, guys, it's tea time. Get your
tea
teas out.
time. Look at this. Tesla filed a suit against Rivian And a number of former Tesla, current Rivian Group employees, the claims in the operating pleading were claims for
Trade
trade
secret.
secret misappropriation against Rivian and various individual defendants, and breach of contract against the individual defendants. They allege that the individual defendants took confidential and trade secret documents and information to Rivian's direction. At Rivian's direction, when they left Tesla's employ to join Rivian, including recruitment and personnel information, sales data, service data, manufacturer information, new market expansion information, and documents and code relating to battery technology. Man, this suit was dismissed with prejudice on December 13, 2024. Oh, so nothing happened with the suit.
But look how long it takes, for, first of all, for a lawsuit to clear up. 4.5 years.
Damn. Wow. And they just dismissed it, bro. Nothing even came out of it. That's crazy.
Probably Elon just dropped it. He's like, oh, fuck it. We're already winning. Who cares? Just drop it.
Right. All right. So another one, alleged stockholders filed a lawsuit against Rivian on behalf of a putative class of purchasers under the caption alleging, what are they saying?
They allege stockholders filed lawsuits, certain IPO on behalf of a opponent class purchaser. The three consolidated under the amended consult. What is Security Acts of 1930? I mean,
That's how
I'm wondering if it's like a devaluation situation or an insider trader situation. Like,
yeah. So it looks like they noticed they filed an appeal, but then nothing happened since then. So I guess it's not affecting the company right now.
damn, bro, this company got lawsuits up the ass. Look at this,
Right?
another one.
Another one right here. It seeks a declaratory judgment that the property is subject to local and state zoning laws, and then the cities can enforce the zoning laws.
Oh shit! The new plant. The communities doesn't want it or what?
Oh, so in January 2, 2020, the court granted defendants' motions to dismiss. In January 30, plaintiffs filed a notice of appeal. On October 21st, plaintiffs appeal filed a petition. And then filed a complaint in Georgia.
Zoning lawsuits were filed arguing the plant slated for a largely rural and residential violated local zoning ordinances, opposed rates concerned with environmental harm, including traffic, litter, water contamination, and damage to local wetlands.
But look at this though. But the suit was dismissed without prejudice. So they also are not liable for that. It's another one, derivative lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Another lawsuit. The three suits were under the caption.
Bro, you know these lawsuits cost a lot of money, so they must be bleeding a lot of freaking money to defend themselves all day long.
Another
instead
one.
of focusing on selling the damn car.
Right. Another lawsuit right here. An alleged stockholder filed. Lead plaintiffs. The defendant filed a motion to dismiss. We believe the alleged stockholders' claims are meritless and intend to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. So they got some lawsuits, guys. But big company.
Oh my God. They even had a discrimination and harassment lawsuit. Several former and current employees have filed lawsuits alleging various forms of harassment, sexual harassment, racial discrimination, toxic work environment, executive misconduct, assault, and battery. What?
Where do you see that at? Actually,
I'm using Google. I'm reading it my own.
Oh,
I'm looking at. Okay, and then the class action with the securities fraud is face class action lawsuits filed by shareholders alleging the company made false or misleading statements regarding its business operations and prospects. One notable lawsuit claims Rivian overstated demand for its products, understated the negative impact of inflation, high interest rates on demand, and failed to ramp up production at the rate it claimed. You got the trade secret thing. You got the supplier disputes. A former supplier, Bosch, which is a big company, sued Rivian, claiming Rivian failed to pay 204 million in reimbursement after canceling a contract for electric motors.
Dang.
Oh my god, I'm not happy right now, dude. Breaks my heart. This is not looking.
It's tough out there for Rivian, man. And
What what does the name come from? Do we know? Like it's I like the name. It's a cool name.
it is actually, and that's actually a good question because the company was not initially named Rivian. It's called something else.
Comes from
Oh,
his
that's
mother, Riviana.
um
Oh.
it's derived from the Indian River, a waterway in Florida.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
which
that's
runs
not
similar to
all.
Italian. The name combines Riv and IN from Indian. Oh man,
Oh
it's not as
man,
cool as we
that's
thought it was gonna be,
lame.
huh?
You should have never said that. You should have never. You could have came up with a cooler story than that.
That is actually a whack ass story. That really is. Oh, it's because of river in India, so Rivian.
I don't know, man. This
Yeah.
guy sounds lame, bro. This is why nobody's buying his cars, man.
Hey, listen, we still don't know if this is a demand thing. I mean, that's gonna be determined. So you're thinking it's a demand thing. I'm thinking it might be a poor production thing. I think there is a demand for this car.
Let's see their
Oh, look
stock.
at this. All right, look at their stock. So if
Damn,
you
that's
made
trash.
$100 investment in November 10, 2021, so this company that's when it IPO'd in 2021. So the yellow is the stock of Rivian over that time period. Your $100 right here. We start right here. Look, would have been in 2022. Your that money would have been $25, and then right now, or not right now, as of December, your $100 would be less than $25, as opposed to if you invested in a similar peer company like a car company, Nasdaq, OMX Global Automobile, which is the green right here, your $100 would have lost some money, but not as much, at like $90, something like that. But then if you invested in a Nasdaq composite, that money would have been 125. So an investment in Rivian would have cost you a loss of what, 75, $80, like an 80% drop.
70, 80% of your money would have been gone. So if you had put 10,000 on
Then,
it, you would have had less than 2 grand right now. If you had to put a
yeah.
100,000 on it, you would have had less than 20 grand right now. You see, because
Woo! If you put 1 million on it, you would only got like less than 200,000.
so
So
how much
take
is
big risk,
Amazon down
guys.
right now, bro? How much is Amazon
Yo,
down right
Amazon,
now, son?
Amazon probably took a big hit. I mean, Ford also invested 500 mil. You know what
Who?
I'm saying? So
Ford?
Ford invested yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, Ford invested let's look how much
But
and
Steve,
when
we saw the
did
trickeries these companies can do on their income statement with the write-offs, right? With for tax
true.
purposes
True.
and stuff. I mean, it only kind of helps them
True.
with tax a little bit, but you still take a L though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ford invested
increased
in
it.
Rivian of April 28, 2019 with initial investment of 500 million. Ford later increased its total investment to 1.2 billion. But
Yo.
Ford is smart. Look at this. By the
Oh,
end of 22, Ford has sold 91 million shares of Rivian, resulting in proceeds of approximately 3 billion. So Ford, smart. They made some money. They exited.
wait,
Look
can you
at
pull up
that.
the stock, please? Can you pull up the stock? I want to see The
What,
what happened?
Rivian
I thought
stock?
it was all down. Yeah, Rivian stock. I thought it was always down. Like it just started and then it
I
just cut
think
nosedive.
so. When they invested in April 2019, this is pre-IPO, so they probably got a better valuation. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they were able to make money. That's what my guess is. Because you're right. If you look at it from right off the start,
Yeah, hit him with that 5 year. Let me see that 5 year so joint.
yeah, they've
Uh,
been as
they
soon as
got
they
out before
started.
that fucking dip, son. As soon
So
as
it
they saw a little
started.
dip.
Yeah, so when it first started, it was like at $2, whatever, and then there was a little spike in 2022, and then it's really at the end of 2022. It looks like where the dip really took a hit, and then look, and it's just been down ever since, guys. And this
So
is
Ford
another.
got out. Ford got out.
Ford got out. I don't know if they fully got out, but they definitely made some money. By the end of 2020, Ford has sold 91 million shares of Rivian in proceeds of 3 billion. So they invested 500 plus. Total investors 1.2. So they invested 1.2. They cleared out 3 billion. So they cleared out 1.8. So Ford, they might not make great cars, but they make good investments. It looks like, guys. You know what I'm saying?
And this is the
Uh,
benefit. This is the benefit of um like that private equity stuff.
yes.
Getting in early and
Yes.
IPOing, guys. When we say like, investing before a company goes public, and then when they go IPO, we told you guys it like shoots up 20, 30, 40%. This is what we mean. Look at Ford. They made a quick 1.8 billion and got up out of there.
Yep.
And private equity is not really available for the average investor. You got to be
No,
like an accredited investor, I believe,
you
right? Steve? I
do.
don't know.
You have to be an accredited investor, and for you to be a accredited investor, you have to have a net worth of over $1 million, or have made over $200,000 last 2 years. So if you don't qualify for those, you cannot buy an IPO before it goes to the stock market. I've tried to do that in the past, and they said, "Yo, you got to be accredited." I'm like, "Damn, son, I
You
don't
know,
care. I'll take the risk."
like Bucky's, I want to get into Bucky's. Like I believe in Bucky's, but I
Yeah,
can't get in because it's
yeah.
damn son.
I mean, I wanted to invest in Uber before it became a publicly traded company, and they wouldn't let me. I'm like, I'm willing to. I don't care if I lose. They said, no, nah, homie. So when you get your bread up, there's also other opportunities out there for you. So the
Bro,
rich keep
I
getting
mean,
richer. You already
one of
know.
these days, man, I want us to like just do a rant stream where we go off on other things, like. But anyways, not
Nah,
just
let's
doing.
let's let's put it up to the viewers, guys. You want us to do that? I mean, we could do that tomorrow. So I don't know. If
Like
they want
not
us
covering financial report, but just like
in general.
give our take on like how money flows, the economy, private investors, and you know, like if somebody makes like let's say a CEO makes 4, 5, 6, 7 million dollars a year,
Hmm.
he has a lot of extra money to put into these things that end up making him more money. So this
Yeah.
is where the whole wealth inequality really comes in. And so that's like an idea that I have, like how we can break down how wealth inequality just kind of,
I
I
think
have
that
a
would be dope.
whole thing put together if you want to,
I think
guys,
that would
let us know
be
if y'all want us to talk about this kind of stuff like wealth inequality, how it all ties into the whole thing. I had a little rant like 2 weeks ago that I did solo on Friday,
yeah.
but this kind of like follows into part two. But I would love Steve to come on it so we could bounce off ideas on this stuff.
Yo, let's do it. We could do once a week type thing. Actually, that'd be cool, man. Just free flow.
Yeah, just give our take on the economy, the whole like economics, macroeconomics theory, microeconomics theory, how the whole thing works. Like, bro, I mean, I just saw we can even start doing like reviews. Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right,
Breeze
Breeze
is all
say,
for it. All right, Breeze. So we might have to, do Sunday or something. I don't know. We could do. I think we should do it, bro. I think that's a great idea,
yeah,
man.
family dinner Sunday night.
Yeah, I like that family dinner, bro. Yes,
Family dinner, family
yes,
meeting, guys.
bro.
Get your plates, and we're all gonna just chop it up.
Yo, for real. And we could even take topics from the viewers as well, and talk about it as well. Kind of get their perspective. That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
All
okay.
right.
So look how many cars they produce, bro. And during the year ended December 31st, 2024, we produced 49,476 vehicles and delivered
Oh my god.
51,000. So they have some left over. But you see, though, it's not a low demand. I mean, if they deliver that many
People like
vehicles,
this company. Okay, hold up. So 51,000, right? Even if they sold each car for 100 grand, how much would that be in sales? Uh,
that's like 5 bill.
5 bill? Oh, really?
Five. So the 50, yeah, if they sold it for 100 grand, 50,000 times 100,000, yeah, that's like 5 billion.
Okay. Well, so their sales is gonna be somewhere like in the 2-3 billion range,
It
which
should be.
Tesla. So that means Tesla did 97 billion, guys. Let's not forget.
Yeah, it's 5 billion. Yep, 5.1. That's what it'd be if they sold it for 100,000 each. Yes,
And they didn't. So we already know it's below 5 billion.
they have lost a lot of money. But we also got to talk about it is not easy, guys, to start a brand new car company. Like it really is very difficult, and let alone an electric company. I mean, like AB just mentioned, they covered VW yesterday. That they're going all over the place. They invest in here, invest in there, and one of the prime reasons is they probably can't do stuff in house. That they have to do all these partnerships. Because if they did, why would you invest in other companies if you could do it within house? Like, what would be the advantage? You're a big brand, well-known brand, unless
History. You got
hit, yeah,
you got 100. Like I think they were started in 37. Um, I mean, bro, they made the Beetle. There was one of the most sold cars in the world history.
yeah,
Over 20 million um cars sold up until today, or whenever they discontinued it. So yeah, to your point, like you would think these guys have it figured out, right? 100 years in the game, and they don't. Like that's why Tesla, it's so impressive in a way
it
for
is.
them to be like 10 years old. Tesla, there was a couple of times they were gonna go under, and then
Yeah,
Elon had to really create magic to keep it going. I mean, it seems like Rivian is at that point, bro. Like this is 50,000 versus 1.7 million. I mean, we're talking.
it's less than 10%,
I
like
thought it was
5%.
way closer than that. I did not think it was this big.
Really? I knew they were small potatoes, but yeah, I didn't think it was this small of a potato. I agree with you. This is very. I wonder if Rivian is supposed to be the second biggest competitor, right? I think Lucid is supposed to be. If Rivian is showing us this kind of numbers, Lucid must be like barely delivering any cars. Like it must be a joke. Uh, and this company too, what's interesting is they do make all their parts similar to Tesla, their software, their vehicles. Oh, look at this. So revenue, we're in revenue, guys. Look at
You
that.
know,
So
make
there
it
is
real.
though an increase. Look at it, AB. 2022, they made 1.5 billion, and then 2023, 4.1, and then 2024, 4.4. So there is an increase though. That's impressive. Okay.
Yeah,
And then hold up. Why is
but for the
22?
amount of money that's been put into this company, you know what I mean?
True. That is true. I mean, Tesla has lost money too. Like, if we look up how many years Tesla lost money for many years. How many years after IPO did Tesla lose money?
Steve, you want
Because
me
we
to
have
list
to
off the?
take that in
Oh,
consideration.
sorry.
Huh?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So look, right? So Tesla Tesla experienced losses for a full decade after its IPO.
Wow.
So it didn't turn a profit until 2020, actually. All the way, and
And
even
I
in
think
2020, it only made
you, you,
721
you say
million.
like they IPO'd in 2021. This company.
Yeah, they IPO'd in 2021. Inception in '09, but IPO'd in 2021.
Okay. So it might be a sleeper.
So if we look,
It might be a sleeper. It might be Tesla
it could
Junior.
be.
It might be Tesla Junior.
It
You
could
know what I
be.
mean?
It could be. It possibly could be. I mean, these revenues are nothing to sneeze at, because but what I'm confused about is what's this top number compared to this total revenues? Oh, this is the cost of revenues for each one. Oh man,
Yeah.
damn. Okay, I see what the problem is now. Okay, the cost of okay, guys, look at the sales. So 2022, to they sold 1.5 billion dollars worth of cars, right? But it cost them 4.6 billion to make those cars right here. And 2023, they sold 4.1 billion, but it cost them 6.1. And you're probably wondering to yourself why they cost them more. It's because usually in car companies, any manufacturing facilities, big production, you break even with the more cars that you make. If you have less production, because you're going to have fixed cost and then variable cost. That's what they call them. There's a lot of very fixed costs, which is like the manufacturing facility, the machine running and stuff. These are fixed costs. So you're going to incur those costs. Where you're going to offset that is when you have a mass volume of cars, then there's an advantage. So it's a big, so you got to look at scale. That's where they bet on. Eventually, when they do get to scale, they're going to be profitable. I mean, hopefully everything else being pending. So that's why you've seen them lose money. But if you notice, 4.4 right here in 2024, and then now their cost of production was only 5.6, which is pretty good. It dropped. So it means that their production cost is getting lower and lower. So they
Mhm.
are learning as they go along. Software cost though is expensive too. So total cost, so their gross profits, as you see, 2023 they lost 2 billion. Last year they lost 1.2. So it's still a decline. You know what I mean? And then 3 years ago, or 2022, they lost 3 billion. So incremental improvement.
Yeah, no, they're losing
I mean,
less
let's
every
look
year.
at it.
This kind of looks like
They're losing less
Tesla.
every year. Yes.
Kind of looks like Tesla a little
Yes.
bit. Like I'm saying, like, wait a minute,
They are,
guys. We
man.
might not have. Stay tuned, guys. We might end up finding the next Tesla. Y'all gotta stay
I don't
tuned
know,
here.
who knows? Yeah, man. This is a lot of similarities, guys. Research and development, it looks like it's going down as well. It went down to 1.6 billion.
I
Sales
love that
general
growth on the
administrative,
revenue. Though. That growth on the revenue. Well,
that revenue is big. From two
uh,
years ago, maybe not from the previous year, but you're right. From like 2022 though, they almost tripled their revenue
but I
from
don't like that.
1.5.
From 2023 to 24, they didn't go up that much. I don't like that. So
So
have they hit the
300
ceiling or what
mil,
happened there?
300. I get what you're saying. It's not as a big jump as the previous year. Um, so
You
then
want me to
operating
list off the
plan,
top selling EVs in America in the first quarter of this year? Just
say
see if they
again?
made the list. Huh?
Would you say?
I got a list of top selling EVs in the US the first quarter of 2025.
They didn't make the list?
So we got number one on Model Y, number two on Model 3, number three Chevy Equinox EV, number four Ford Mustang Mach E at 21,000 units, Hyundai Ioniq 19,000 units, Honda Prodigy at 16,000 units, Tesla Cybertruck at 15,000 units, Ford F-150 Lightning at 13,000 units, BMW i4 at 12,000 units, and Chevy Blazer EV at 12,000 units. So
Wow.
they didn't make the top 10 list.
They didn't make that. Um, I mean, it's an expensive car too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I
a
remember,
very expensive
Mercedes
car.
killed their EQ. I mean, their EV.
Oh, Mercedes killed it too. I said, you
Mes-
know, you said Audi. Mercedes killed theirs too.
Mercedes killed their EV also. Yeah.
Damn, look at that, yo. EV's not it's not easy, guys. So total operating expense. So operating expense though kind of stayed. I mean, it was a little decline, 3.4 billion, but it kind of stayed the same, which makes sense. So from loss from operations, guys. So they lost close to 7 billion in 2022, close to 6 billion in 2023, and then lost almost 5 billion last year. So that's where we at right now.
Net loss 6.7, 5.4, 4.7. I mean, it's going down every year.
Yeah.
Let me see what um Alpha is
Seeking
saying about.
Alpha.
Yeah. We looked at Seeking Alpha yesterday for
Volkswagen.
yeah, there was a bloodbath in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Production volume though decreasing is a bad sign. They made $57,000, 57,000 units in 2023, but then it dropped to 49,000, which is weird. Why? Why did you drop? And the same thing with delivery volume has kind of stayed stagnant. So maybe they kind of hit a hurdle over there.
Yeah, they got him as a hold right now. Yeah. Anyways.
Hold. So let's see if their balance sheet maybe gives us some light, because they are losing money. So you have to. Oh, look at that though. They're making some money from interest income though, which is interesting. What are they investing in?
They should be investing in better fucking marketing or some shit. Why would you?
Yeah, they made 385 million from interest income. What are they investing in? That's interesting.
Shouldn't they dedicate all cash to the company? Why are you investing externally?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I mean, they got cash and cash equivalents. They got 7.8 billion short-term investments. So they do have about $10 billion in cash. So they have some room for 2 to 3 years.
What's availability under ABL facility? I wonder what that means. Yeah,
Look it up.
I think that's the Georgia situation.
It's definitely listed. What does this line item in Rivian's? The amount of money Rivian has access to draw upon from its asset-based lending facility. Oh,
Collateral, basically, like they can, like a line of credit in a way.
yes. Collateral typically includes eligible assets like account receivable, inventory, and sometimes equipment. I see.
Why would they like? Hey guys, if we need some cash, we got a quick cash we can tap into.
Yeah, this is
It's
essentially
kind of
like
like
a
a revolving credit line for a business.
right. That is so. It's essentially like their your credit limit.
Right.
I
They got a
never seen.
billion though. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all, yo.
1.3
1.1
actually on
billion.
the right hand side.
Oh, 1.3. Yeah, you're right. Oh, so it dropped. So they got $9 billion right now available. Okay.
Oh, look at that!
So
Look at that first paragraph. It's talking about that deal with Georgia. We
Georgia,
entered into an amended agreement with the state of Georgia and the joint da da da. We are eligible for an incentive package valued at 1.5 billion, including tax credit and exemptions. Whoa, grants to offset eligible cost of the Stanton facility, site development, and make a minimum capital investment of 5 billion. And okay, wow. So they gotta drop 5 billion, but then they'll be exempt from 1.5 billion dollars worth of fees. Basically, they would have paid the government.
And the U.S. government is actually the ones that financed them for this facility too. The U.S. Department of Energy is the one that gave him the $5 billion to invest. Uh,
Bro, why don't they invest in profit report? Yo, how do we get some of this fucking good?
Ah,
I mean, we're bringing financial education to the people. This is a
yo, yo,
nonprofit
that's
right now.
actually a good, yo, that's a good pitch, AB. I like that. You are 100% right. This is financial education. We need to build a nonprofit, yo. I like that, AB. Look at
Come
this
on,
guy,
man.
bro.
I
Look
need
at
to make
this.
1.5 billion. You know what I mean? So I can
Yo.
pull up to the profit report in my Rivian with my Gucci and Versace.
Yo, we need some ears, yo. This guy's dropping facts, yo. You are not
Oh
lying, my
man,
boy. Look at this. The Department of Energy, the DOE Loan Program Office finalized the loan agreement with Rivian for up to 6.6 billion. So 6 billion in principal and approximately 600 million in capitalized interest. That's not bad, bro. That's only
come
10%.
on, man.
It's not bad.
Can
And
I
they
get
getting,
$60 at least? You know what I mean? So, so I can
dude,
get a better mic. Like,
yo. And you mentioned, right? So they're getting a loan from the government, investing that in Georgia, and then Georgia is going to give them tax exemption. So they're getting the benefit from the government plus the state of Georgia. That's double benefit, bro.
Steve, this is where I'm about to lose my mind. These are the same people that want to cut government uh, uh, benefits to the local
Subsidies.
folks, to the
Yeah,
average
yeah, yeah.
folks. These are the same people that would complain and say, "Why is this average person working at the damn Walmart getting food stamps?" This is the same people. They don't tell you about this.
No, 100%. You're 100% right, man. They want their tax credit, but you know, when someone gets Medicaid or someone gets food stamp, like, oh no, they don't deserve it, blah blah blah. So yeah, I agree with you, bro.
Same
It's
thing with Elon. He went in there talking about Doge and shit. He was getting $7,500 every car he sold. Well, basically helping him sell the damn car. I mean, how much is that if we add up to how many cars he sold over the freaking years since
yo,
2022?
that's subsidy. You're right. I mean, I never even thought about it like that, but you're right. That's true.
I mean, let's do 7,500 times how many cars he sold. Let's say 23, 24, 25, 3 years, right? 3 years at 2 million a pop. So 6 million cars times 7,500. Rough number. What is that?
But there is income restriction though. Not everybody
Oh,
qualifies for it, and
now
not all the vehicles that are sold.
let's just do this
It has
real
to be
quick.
over
6 million.
55,000.
Stop. This is your accounting brain going on
I'm
right
just
now.
telling you,
Listen,
you can't do
I
at
know
least
that.
50%.
I know, but we're gonna do an adjustment of like 30% off. Okay, we're gonna do. I'm looking at $45 billion. I'm looking at $45 billion. 6 million cars sold. 6 million cars sold the last 3 years at $7,500. That's 45 billion. Let's just say I'm off by 70, like 30%, right? Just give me a 70%. A 70%, that's
Even if you do,
$31.5 billion.
even if you're half off, that's still, even if you're 70% off, that's still in the billions that he benefited.
20, $30 billion this guy got. And we're not even we don't even, that's not the end of it. He's had other shit that he had other tax breaks, California tax breaks, all kinds of stuff. That's not the
true.
only thing. And this is
You
the
know,
same
that's a
that
good
I come
argument,
in.
actually.
Come on, bro. Like, this is what Trump was saying. I'm not even a Trump fan, but he's like, yo, son, what are you talking about? You're coming at me. You've been feeding off the federal government the last fucking forever. What are you talking about, those? You're the number one, bro.
Uh,
You're the first one in line at the damn food stamp line, baby. What are you talking about?
Ah, yo, I wonder what our boy is worth. Rivian founder. What is the net worth of Rivian's founder?
A billion, 2 billion. Watch.
You think he's a billionaire? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Of April 2021. He's no longer considered a billionaire and by March 2022. Um, damn, look at that. It's dropped though. His net worth at least
Lost a
51
lot of
million.
money.
Damn, homie. He went from a billionaire to 51 million. What the hell? Damn, he took a hit, guys. So Rivian is not a good investment. It says, however, his net worth at 27.3 as of July 30th, 2025. Oh, they playing this boy. And we're
Okay,
laughing at it like 20s low, but
okay. He needs it. He needs it. He needs the break.
he needs the tax credit, yo.
He needs the tax
Ah,
credit. Oh my
so,
god, bro.
so they're
Man, this is
supposed
the
to
kind of
employ
rant I
people
want
and
to
all
get
that
into
as
with you,
part of the
Steve,
tax
like on
credit.
the other streams, you know? Like this is the kind of stuff that drives me crazy.
This is gonna be our Sunday thing, guys. We're gonna be talking about all these things under the sun, financial
We might
related,
come in.
but everything under the sun.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about the time. What time works for you guys? Like I don't know what time works for Steve, but I'm open to adjustments on the time. But we can talk about that another time.
Yeah, yeah. So cash flow right here, they use 5 billion. Well, 1 billion from operating activities, so which is good. It looks like they're losing less money, so that's a positive thing.
Wait, isn't
From
that negative though?
operations.
Wait.
Yeah, it is,
Oh no,
but
no.
they lost less money. You know what I mean
Oh,
compared to
okay.
the previous year. Lost
but
5 bill, four
but
point eight.
look at the net cash from financing. Like they actually made money there. What is that? 1.3 billion?
Yeah, but this is borrowing. You know what
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying?
okay, okay.
Either the
Gotcha. Okay,
yeah, financing activities is any borrowing
okay.
that you've
I
conducted,
thought that was
or
them
if you
lending
paid
and
it.
using the money or like whatever.
So look at this from the issuance of a convertible note. So it's
Yeah.
warranty reserve. All
Anytime is
right, so we're
good.
almost at the
Recent.
end. So we're almost at the end, guys. I'm gonna look at their Yahoo Finance. KPMG is their auditor, which is one of the big four as well.
Detroit too.
So
That's
we got
interesting.
their all right assets, cash and equivalents about 7.8. Oh, actually, I'm looking at 2023. Oh, it has
It
dropped
went down by a
5.2.
lot.
Damn. All right,
What
taking
did
a
they
hit.
buy?
Huh?
Either they bought something or they paid back some money. But why would you? I don't know, man.
What their cash?
Yeah. Why did it go down so much?
Because of their loss, bro. Look at how much the cost of revenue cost. Like when we're looking at the cost of revenue, so the
Hmm.
facility, running the facility and stuff, that's what ate up their
They took
cash.
money out of their pocket to cover the
Yeah.
negative.
What else you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Right.
You know? But look at the inventory. This is confusing. $2.2 million dollars in inventory, although their cars are expensive. So even at
Million or
cost,
billion?
yeah, 2.2 billion. Oh no, 2.2 million. No, hold up. Oh, this is in millions. They got 2.2 billion in inventory? So why are they
Damn.
not selling it?
That might not just be the cars though. That might be like work in progress and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it might not be finished goods. Yeah, you might be
Finished
right.
goods.
I think that's
Yeah.
probably what yeah, it might be work in progress, raw materials. That's probably why. Because
But that seems
delivery
like a
was
lot still, though, right? That seems like a lot for a company that's only made 4 billion last year.
yeah, I mean, they must have but again, this is about the production capacity. They're limited in that production capacity, so they might have a lot of inventory like to be made, but the facility is not making
Yo,
enough. They probably
this is
why
not
be
a good.
investing in
This
Georgia.
is not good though, because like these things get rusty, these things get outdated. They get damaged when they're sitting in warehouses. Like a lot of inventory go bad fucking around doing this kind of stuff. If you holding it for a long time,
No, it's true.
it has the potential for
That's
that kind of stuff to happen.
that's true. No, that's a good point. Um, yeah, maybe this is the growing pains of also running a company.
They don't have JIT yet. They need JIT from
Yeah, they
Toyota.
don't have JIT. They don't. No, not yet. They don't have the Kaizen and everything. Power plant and equipment, 3.9 operating lease. So it doesn't matter. So total assets about 15 billion, a drop in 1.3 billion from the previous year. Current liabilities has dropped, so they got about 500 million. These are bills they have to pay within less than a year. Current liabilities,
Mhm.
current portion, accrued liabilities, other liabilities, 835. But it has decreased from the previous year, so they must be doing a better job of paying their liabilities. Long term
They got
debt,
sued. They got sued by Posh. They're like, all right, we're gonna start paying now.
for real. Long term debt, they got 4.4 billion. So they do have some debt and total liabilities. They can, I mean, they're okay for now because if you look at their total assets, they got 15 billion compared to their total liabilities, about 8.8 billion. So almost 2x assets than liabilities.
Volks-
So they're okay
Volkswagen
for
was not
now.
looking. Volkswagen was not looking good, bro. It was almost 1-to-1. It was that bad. There,
No.
it was a
So look
little
at
bit
that. A
over, like
mature,
maybe 10% over or something. That's it.
that's crazy, bro. So that's and we reviewed Toyota too. Toyota had a lot of debt, guys. So with these car companies, because it's a big capital investment, all these
Yeah,
manufacturing facilities, all the machinery, and all that costs a lot of money. So they take on a huge amount of debt, guys, and
but
it
can you
takes a
go
while
up?
before
I
you
want
make
to see
money.
something real quick, Steve, on the
Yeah,
asset
sure.
line. What's
Yeah.
that? Like, what's that? 10 million. Okay, that's total. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I thought that was like one line item. Okay, all right, cool. I'm good.
Good. All right. And I think we already looked at this statement of operation. I think we could go to the stock guys and see. Oh, they want to talk about Volkswagen. We already said it. So big investments from Volkswagen, from Amazon. These guys both. Volkswagen got a board seat within Rivian. They got one seat. I don't know if Amazon has a board seat within Rivian. Let me see. Does Amazon have a board seat in Rivian? Usually, when you have a big ownership stake, guys, they usually have a board seat. So, look, Amazon does have a board seat on Rivian's board of directors. So, the board of directors is about 9 people. So, VW has one, Amazon has one.
Also, they were committed to purchasing 100,000 vans by
That's
2030.
that's the one. So, they already delivered 20,000 vehicles for them thus far. And I showed the guys, the viewers, a picture of those vans. You probably seen it.
I think I have. Yeah,
Oh, you
they look
peeped
kind
it?
of cool.
Yeah, they do. They actually look really nice. Um, I didn't
Oh,
know that was.
are they work? Do they have full self driving like Tesla?
No, they didn't mention that in their annual
Oh
statement.
my god, bro! You know that's the future. What are
No,
you
but
doing?
they did say they have software they work on, but they didn't mention nothing about full self driving within the annual statement. There was no mention of that.
Bro, they're not even in the top 10 for cars right now. Like I just listed off, freaking two Chevy cars showed up on there before Rivian did. Chevy, freaking Chevy, bro.
Bro, I mean, but
Even,
like,
even
how many people really know about Rivian too? Like, the
I
brand
mean, yeah, you're
recognition
right. You're right. But it's like,
is
bro,
is not.
they need to open dealerships or something. They need to do something to get their name out there. When even dude, the freaking Cybertruck sold more this year than the whole company of Rivian, and Cybertruck is considered a flop.
Yeah, comparatively. I mean, who are tell me Rivian
Yeah, that's the
customers
guy that went to
by
get a Cornell off of finance at Cornell. That's the guy
say
that's
what?
buying that shit. The guy that's buying it is the guy that got the finance degree from Cornell. That's the kind of guy that buys it, you know.
That buys
But
Rivian?
yeah, I mean, it's the rich guys, you know, and
Oh, look
oh,
at this though. It's a little bit at least there's
better.
more females also buying Rivian. When we looked at Tesla, over 70 something percent were male, only a small percentage made females. And here, 65% male, 30, almost 35% females. So
Yeah,
anyone come over 100,000. One source recommends a salary of at least 172,000. Wow, look at that.
I mean, what
What?
really concerns me is like they're not even in the top 10 in the US,
Yeah,
and they have the they have the capacity because to be in the top 10 it didn't even take that long, dude. It was, I mean, okay, number 10 was Chevrolet Blazer EV at 12,000 units. To be number 10, all you had to do was sell 12,000 units of one of your things. And
but the price point though in these cars compared to Rivian though, Rivian's cheapest car is 70,000. That's the cheapest one.
you don't even,
You know
let's
what
see
I'm
how much.
saying? Like,
Okay, look, I mean, all right, this Blazer EV is going for 45K. It ain't cheap. So you could have gotten those people 75, 45. What is that? 20K? That's a
nah,
lot.
bro, come on.
All right, but what else is on the damn
Like, what's the
list?
difference? Dude, I
Ford
mean,
Mac.
I like Rivian too, but the price,
Yeah, you might
man,
have a point with the price point. Yeah.
price is crazy expensive. So guys, look at the stock right now. The stock took a hit heavy, guys. Look at it. It's $12 right now. $12.40. It
One
is
burrito at
low,
Chipotle. One
low.
burrito. It cost a
Look
burrito
at
to
the
all
earning per
Rivian.
share. It's negative 3.69. So this is for a grown company. This is common. You're not making, and you see this also with like biopharma companies as well. Early on, when they're doing a lot of research and development, they have negative earning per share. It doesn't necessarily speak to the actual, how profitable it's going to be in the future. So you take that with a grain of salt and look at the 1 year
You
target
know how I
estimate.
look
They're
at this.
estimating
You know how I look at this company,
3.76.
Stevo?
What?
I kind of look at it like crypto in a way, like even Bitcoin, whatever. It's kind of like you just put some money in it, and maybe it will turn out good, maybe it won't turn out good. I think, like, you know what I mean. Like, but when crypto was like in 2017, you ain't really know. It's just like whatever. A lot of these cryptos,
Uh
they
huh.
don't.
Uh
You don't
huh.
know how. I feel like it's kind of like that in a way. It's like, you know, the world is generally going towards EV, right? So you're just
Mm-hmm.
kind of putting your bet on all these companies, and one of them is gonna make it. A lot of them are gonna die. It's sort of like that. There's no way for you to really predict otherwise, because if we saw Tesla a year 4 of their IPO journey, it looked probably something like this: negative
So
EE,
I did. So I did do a comparison earlier before we jumped on. Tesla was doing better than Rivian at this stage. They
Okay.
were doing way better. They were. But then again, Elon is different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy is different. Like you got to give him props, and I think he's one of the reasons why Tesla became success.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
did do better than Rivian.
I've never even heard of this founder guy. Like, how come he doesn't go on interviews, podcasts? Like, how come he's not out there? Like,
I've never seen him anywhere at all as well. So this guy's low key smart guy though, PhD. I mean, got a lot of investors as well. So a lot of people believe in him. Company believes in him.
oh
So
man,
look at
homeboy guy just
analysts.
he just got divorced this year, bro. He knows he's not good. He's going through it. Oh
Dang. I'm not laughing at
shit.
the divorce. I'm just laughing at the way AB said it. That's why I'm laughing, guys. Divorce is not funny.
Wait a minute,
Uh,
wait a minute, wait. Hey, Google
what?
Steve, I want you to Google it. Like, put the
What
guy's
him?
name in divorce. There's a TechCrunch article. Let's read it together
What
because
was
it looks like
oh my god, what's this guy's
RJ
name?
Scar Injury.
Scratch,
Yeah,
scratch.
put divorce right there,
I'll put divorce.
and then there's a TechCrunch. Yeah, yeah, right there,
Oh,
TechCrunch, the
what is
second
it?
one, second one, second
Divorce.
one.
Oh, the second one. Oh my bad.
I like TechCrunch. Let's see. Look like that boy losing his voting control over this.
You know, he has 100% of the Class B shares, which gives him a lot of voting control. So if this
Brother,
divorce
this is
actually
it,
messes
bro.
him up,
He's done. He's done. Look at this. He's gonna get wiped out
and
with this divorce.
transfer
Let
a
me see.
portion of his ownership stake and voting power as part of a newly settled divorce proceeding. Scaringe moved about 4 million shares and 6 million options to his ex-wife. As part of the settlement, at Rivian's current stock price, those shares and options could be worth roughly 130 million. They have varying strike prices that would affect the total return if sold. The change in stock ownership comes at the end of a 2-year long divorce. Oh, so he's been on this battle for 2 years to get divorced. More than 15 million shares of Class A stock and nearly 8 million Class B shares when the company submitted its annual proxy report. So his voting power has slipped from 7.6 earlier this year to around 4%. Oh, damn. And it has redesigned its while improving performance. So not the perfect time for him to lose his voting power as the company's shifting direction.
Bro, that boy's going through it. He can't even go show up at the office and run company well. He just went through a 2-year divorce. Oh man, I can't.
Sheesh.
I mean, Elon be having all kinds of weird relationships, but he still make it. He's a different beast though.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn, boy. Look at that, boy. Look at that. Like, that boy lost a lot with this divorce. How long they were married for about 10 years.
Yeah.
They were so they married in 2014.
So 2 years divorce. So this started what 2024? I mean 2023. So
Three
yeah,
children together.
dang.
So he said, due to his responsibilities as a founder, he spends approximately 5% of his time with his wife and children.
Only 5% of his time?
That's what he says.
No.
And then I
Dang.
wonder who filed. Though. I want to know who filed. This is the kind of tea we want, man. Who filed, man?
Ah.
I think she saw. Hey, listen. I think she saw. She saw where the company was going. It's like, this is not a winner. I
Like the
gotta go.
stock, yeah, before the stock hits zero.
Imagine if she goes in and
Dang.
starts fucking with Elon.
It's rough out here. It is
Bro,
rough.
imagine if she starts hooking up with Elon, but that would be like the ultimate.
Oh
Like,
my God. I could see Elon doing some. Oh,
oh my god. Let's see
who filed it?
what happened.
You know, one of the things that we're covering, I guess, we're about to close, but you can see there is business impact also of personal relationship because the divorce is affecting his voting power. as a time when he's trying to make different
Oh,
moves.
he filed. Hmm.
Oh, he filed. Okay, look at that.
So she must be pissed. She was like, I want all them shares. I want the voting shares, not the regular shit either. Just to piss him off. Oh my God, bro. Look at that. Our
Let's
boy
look her up.
needed a prenup. He should have signed up. Hey, this guy
Nah,
needed a
come on,
prenup.
dude. You can't do a prenup, bro. I don't know how people even do prenup. That's such a hard conversation to have. Like
We
that's
want prenup. We want prenup.
Is this her?
Ooh, baby, baby. Oh shit.
Is this her? Let me see.
No way. That can't be, man. That's bad right there, big dog. Hold on a second.
That's not bad.
Come on, son.
Come
Hold up.
on. She's good looking.
No way. Let me see.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I got the right person. Maybe this is her.
Hey, check to see if there was like any cheating scandal. I would love to know. But they didn't mention it though.
Obviously, if he filed for divorce, he can't be cheating and filing for divorce, bro. That would be wild. I
What
can't
do you
even
guys
get a
think?
picture of this.
I had ladies, you know what I mean? Homeboy is single, you know. He got yeah, you know what I mean? Be like, hey, just bought a couple of shares. Hope the company's going well. Yeah, I should just DM him with a screenshot of you buying a couple of his stocks. You know, you slide in the DMs.
Let's see if there is any.
No, okay. All right, my boy's clean. He just wanted out.
He's good, man. This guy is focused on the
Clean cut.
company.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
Well,
So final word, AB. What do you think, man? So we have actually before you say that,
yeah, let's look at
we got 6 people that are buy, 16 people that are saying hold. Uh and there's sell. There are actually a good amount of analysts covering this stock, which is actually refreshing because we've seen bigger companies where there's not a lot of stock coverage. This has a lot of people
yeah.
covering it, which is good.
Analysis. I'm looking at seeking alpha. A lot of holds. I'm seeing a lot of holds. Headlines: don't count Rivian out just yet. This was July 12th. Rivian turnaround story with R2 still needs a reality check. Rivian, we believe in the larger vision here. Rivian likely casualty of Trump-Musk feud. We have a lot of sales, says Rivian. Automotive, a victim of poor timing as battery electrics struggle to find buyers. Rivian, don't let the market turn you upside down again. A dead cat bounce. A lot of soul sell. A lot of, yeah. All eyes. Yeah, no. Most are hold or sell.
So, an average analyst estimate is 1476, which is almost a 20% increase. 1476, $1.20, that's 240. So yeah, almost a 20% upside if it does jump to that 1476. I
It
I
might be a
actually
quick flip.
what? Say
It might
what?
be it might be either a quick flip
You know,
or it might be a
so
hold.
so one thing we could agree on, right? By reviewing most of these financial statements is electric is the future. I mean, even Toyota, which is the number one car seller in the world, is going electric or hydrogen. We could say that. I mean, that seems to be the industry that's growing in the future. And who got a foot on the market is Tesla. There's no other real competitor except from China. In American market, Rivian is probably second close, right? From like aesthetics wise and all that, like how it looks. And they have great partnerships with Amazon, with Volkswagen. Amazon is not also a partner; they're also a customer. So that's going to give them a big lifeline. I mean, they hold over 10% of their stock, so there's an incentive for them to keep investing in Rivian, guys. So, man, I'm a little optimistic about Rivian, man. I think they got a lot of potential, bro. Great design. They got lower cost models coming up within 2026, 2027. They got a new facility being built in Georgia. They got some tax benefits from that. Uh, and I mean, the guy seems focused on his business. You know what I'm saying? And he seems to be
And
spearheading
to
this
a point
company.
where he sacrificed his family. He's like,
This guy only spending, as 5% of his time with his family, which is not recommended. But as an
he's like, you know
investor,
what?
that is something that you would like to see.
Get out of
That's what you
here.
like to see. Like, oh, this guy's dedicated to his business, and he doesn't
He need
seem
to be
like
sleeping at the
Elon.
factory like Elon did. He needs to be sleeping at the damn
Might
factory.
be, bro. If he's only spending 5% of his time with his family, this guy must be sleeping on the factory floors because what are you doing? And or
Or
you
must be
doing
sleeping
something? But I
somewhere
want to see if they
else. Must be sleeping
says
somewhere
Rivian
else.
founder sleep on the factory. This is very infamous of Elon, guys. Like he used to do that. So he doesn't sleep on the floor, but he's definitely out there, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Uninvestable. Uninvestable. No floor, no money. I need you at the
No
factory,
floor,
big
no money. Yeah, man. So what do you think, man?
I don't know. I mean, I really think, like I said earlier, it might be kind of like a crypto play. $12 is cheap. If you put 5,000 in here, for example, you can pick up what, like 400 shares or something like that.
Yeah, with
Uh,
5,000.
5,000. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can pick 300 shares. Hey,
yeah,
if you got, and then if it jumps like Tesla did, Tesla was like 12, $13 like 7 years ago, or
back in
maybe
the days. Yeah,
$50 or $40, something like that. It was something super low, and then it jumped.
yeah.
Um, like Steve-O said, electric is the future. Is Rivian is gonna be in the mix? We don't know. Um, Other companies are not gonna just give up market share just like that, right? So, um, yeah, I mean, they're not moving as fast though as I thought they were gonna be. I feel like, you know, they
Yeah,
started.
the speed is definitely not there.
Yeah, the speed is not there. I don't know what, and then all these lawsuits is kind of concerning in a way. Like, why you got all these lawsuits? But yeah, look at that.
Look
Look
at
at
this
Tesla,
stock.
man. It was nothing back in 2011, 2012. Look at that.
When did
All the way
Tesla
up to
IPO?
2020 was nothing.
So hold on, when did it IPO? Hold on, just for comparison purposes, guys. So you can
I
see
think they
when did
IPO'd back in 2010.
2010. So if we look at, let's say,
IPO'd at
2014.
$17.
So, it's not apples for apples, but just to kind of just give you perspective. All right, look at it in 2014, right? In early 2014, you know, Tesla Tesla's like opened at $9.99, closed at $12. You know what
And
I'm
look at that
saying? Compared
flatness,
to
Steve,
that.
until 2020. Look at the flatness until 2020.
Yeah, there's a lot of flatness because they didn't turn profitable until 2019. 2020 is when they turned profitable. So you see that
Or
whole flat line right there, guys.
I remember they did the Model Y in 2017 and they did the Model 3 in 2020.
Yeah.
So between 20 before 2017, they only had the S.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so 7 years of nothing. Fact check me on that. Is that right? Wait a minute. Seems kind of like a long time. When
Look at
did
this. What they got.
Y?
But yeah, it is flat for so many years.
Model Y came out in 2019, bro.
So look at that. So then the year after the model, so then a Model Y was their cheaper model. Same thing with this company. Their cheaper models are coming out in 2026, and then another one in 2027. So they do have some things in the pipeline. And then one thing we do all agree on is it is a beautiful car. Rivian is a beautiful car. You know, if you guys get a chance, I don't know how it drives. I really don't know, but it is a beautiful car. And the shape, people like the shape of Rivian. Oh, Hassan says y'all live again. Zoom into that flat line. It's flat in comparison probably to astronomical gains.
Oh, Steve. So look, let me give you a timeline of Tesla. Model S and X were 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and then Model 3 2017. So between 2012 and 2017, 5-year window, no new car.
Wow.
Okay, and then and then even at 2017, did they go up a lot? 2017, 2018, 2019, they were just flat, huh?
No, it was flat. Look, still flat.
And then they dropped the Y in 2020, like end of 19, 2020. That's when it picked up.
That's when it picked up. Look at that. And then there's a spike, and then from then on. And that's one thing that you gotta keep in perspective, right? If we look at Rivian, you ask yourself, how is it gonna look 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Do you think it is doing better as far as losing money? It's losing less money. It's getting better. It's opening up a second manufacturing plant in Georgia. It's going to ramp up production. Most car companies, once they do pick up ramp up production, that's going to affect the bottom line in a positive way. They said how many Y3s X have been sold? What's the most popular? Y is the most popular, Hassan. Um, that's the most popular, as AB said, that was the most popular car in general the last 2 years, 2024.
Electric or not,
2025.
electric or
Electric or
not.
not. It was the most popular model
Over
in
a
general.
million, over a
In the
million
world too, right, AB? Not
in the
just
world, in the
not
world.
in the US, just the whole world. Model Y is the most popular particular model that was sold.
But look
Um,
at that stock, though. Look at that stock. You know, Chris was telling me about Tesla in 2018, and I was like, man,
2018, look
get
at that.
the hell out of here. He's like I was like, he's like, hey man, that boy is the man. I was like, man, nah, no way, no way. I dismissed Chris, dismissed him totally.
Yeah, so
So
that same invest, so 2018, look at that, it's like $11.50. If we assume the same type of growth, 1150 to 300, that's
that's 30x right now, 30x basically.
yeah, it's 30x right there.
So if you put $1 today, guys, it would be worth 30. If you put 1,000, what is that, Steve? 30,000?
Yeah, 30,000.
If it followed this same trajectory.
Yes, if it followed the same trajectory, he's right. Um,
Obviously, we don't know where it's gonna end up. That's why I kind of want. That's why I say like, it's kind of like, you just got to be a believer. Like Chris was a believer in Tesla. Like he's like, man, this is it. That boy's gonna do it. Da, da, da. I'm like, man, what the hell you talking about this electric shit? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Da da da. Like that's how I was saying it.
yeah,
And
and if it keeps that same energy, if you put 10 grand, that's 300,000. You put 5 grand, that's $150,000. If it keeps the same momentum, and obviously Tesla is much more than just a car company, but we're just saying production does get better as time goes, and this is a fairly new company. Just
hey, but
2021.
listen, before 2020, I think Tesla only had the California, or maybe like the China or like one Europe. Their big one that they built in Austin, that's just
Fairly
came
new.
on
Yeah,
live like
yeah,
two,
yeah.
3 years
It's
ago.
true. Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, they were just kind of flatlined for many, many,
Mhm.
many years, and then boom. So like the anticipation of this new cheaper car that's gonna be 45K.
45K, and the other one even lower than that. They have one that's coming up in 2027. It's supposed to be like 35, 30K. So when that comes out as well, That's going to be a game changer. And again, guys, they have partnership with Amazon. Amazon already agreed to buy 100,000 units. They also have a commercial unit. You know what I'm saying, selling to Amazon, and it's a big investor as well.
The best customer to have in the world.
Hell yeah, hell
And
yeah.
investor. Do you think Amazon is gonna get into like the autonomous like taxi business like Google did with Waymo through
Man,
Rivian?
I don't put anything past Amazon, bro. They're in everything, bro.
Yeah, they got the pharmacy, they got the doctor's visit now they're pushing.
They're doing everything.
Crossover market and affordable, that's the killer.
Yeah, this one is the $45,000, which is fairly affordable. And then this one right here, the Rivian R3, supposed to start about 37,000. So this is supposed to be like their Model 3, essentially, the Rivian R3. Even the number is similar to Tesla. And this is supposed to start in 2026, 2027. So, it is definitely risky at this point to invest in a stock, but also, if you want to get great gains, sometimes you do have to invest in times where it doesn't seem investable. So I don't know. It's one I would definitely consider investing in personally. It has potential.
I would put money in it that you can afford to lose. That's what I would say on this.
That
For me,
that's a good suggestion. I would agree with that.
like just kind of 1,000 or 2 and let it ride. You're just hoping, like, man, come on, Rivian, come on, come on. It's kind of like being at the horse race, like,
It
come
is.
on,
It's a
you know.
huge gamble, but if it does pay off, you
Yeah,
could benefit. I mean, it's low stock, but like AB said, it is definitely a gamble. It's a huge gamble, but it could pay off.
they're in the right market. The opportunity is there.
Yes.
Can they win? Right? Can they win? That's the big thing. Like we said, when the Model T came out, when cars first came out,
Hmm.
Ford ended up surviving. There's a lot of car brands that died. I think even Dodge almost died, and like Ford got them back. There was so is Rivian gonna be the one we're gonna say RIP to in 20 years from now, or are they gonna be, the Tesla competitors? Only time will tell. This is where you got to check out the founder, right? Like,
Yes.
is he driven? Is he long term? Like, this is where you bet on the founder. Um, and the lawsuit stuff. I mean, that kind of happens. That is a little bit concerning, like the way they have lawsuits. Not paying suppliers. That's not good. Hopefully, they learn from that kind of thing. But yeah, it's kind of like, it's like you're betting on the jockey over here, not the horse
Yes.
necessarily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. It's
Man, we
time.
got 6 viewers, man. This is awesome. 2.5 hours and we
Two
still
and a
got some
half
viewers.
hours on a Friday. It's midnight over here, guys. For me,
Man,
I'm
we
pushing it.
appreciate you guys for
Real.
hanging out. AB always comes in here and brings up weird stories, the divorce and stuff like that. But we always try to find a way to wrap it in the financials, But like that's the kind
It's,
of
but we get in all aspects of it. It's not just purely financial. We see how the personal life affects also the business aspect of it too. So you get in the full
it
picture.
affects you.
You know what I'm
Why wouldn't
saying?
it affect him, right? Like it does affect you, it affects everybody. So they check on this too, by the way. When Amazon and them invest, they check on your personal life.
They
They
do.
kind of
They
look at
do.
you and be like, "Hey, was this guy like addicted to cocaine and he's fucking gambling in Las Vegas every weekend? Like, I can't invest in you." You know what I mean? Like, they check on this stuff.
No, that is a fact. Actually, if you're an executive in general, they do what's called a fit and proper test, and it's very detailed. They look at your birth certificate, your citizenship, your credit score, the whole shebang. So if you got divorced many times and stuff, it's a red flag. So yes, this is important stuff. All right.
Hey guys, thanks for being here with us. It's your boy AB, and we got Steve in the house, man. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all have any questions before we wrap up? We got HJ in the house. Shout out to HJ. Shout out to Bree, the one and only, the day ones. We had San
Yup.
earlier. San, what's up? Who else
And
is viewers? Who are the other viewers? Say what's up, guys. Say what's up in the
Kia,
chat.
shout out to Kia as
Introduce
well.
yourself.
Kia was in
Yeah,
there.
Kia was in here
Yeah,
earlier. We had
Kia was
San
in
earlier.
there.
We don't know if she's still hanging with us. What do y'all think about Rivian? What y'all like? Y'all like the car? You know, we looked at the numbers. They're losing money, but that's very common for these companies at this early stage in the company's history.
Yeah.
We compare them to Tesla. Slivo say they're doing slightly worse than Tesla at this stage of their game. We checked the founder. He just got divorced. I mean, he's sacrificing his family to grow this company, guys. What do y'all think? He's like, you know what? Wife and kids, get the hell out of this house, man. I gotta make this shit work. He's putting that money on that thing. So he's dedicated. He's not
And
sleeping on the floor. That's the only thing we're missing.
he's not
Um,
sleeping on the floor. That's the only asterisk that we don't like. We want him to sleep on the floor. We want him to be
I like that
Tesla-like.
Rivian is even in the main stage. And then we got this factory coming up in Georgia. They're getting a lot of tax breaks for it.
Yo,
When when
they
did they say
are.
it's coming on? Like 26 or 27?
26 is when they're gonna start building, but then I think actual production is like 2027, 2028.
Okay, we got
Do you
HJ
think
that
that
says,
will
"Do you
work for
think that that work in their favor for the future?" What do you mean? What works? I like that
talking about
Rivian.
the faculty, if that's gonna work in their future? Yeah, I think it is gonna work in their future because when we're reviewing the annual statement, if you look at their capacity, they have 10% the capacity of what Tesla sold. And if you look at the delivered vehicles that they have, um, compared to how many they produced, it was almost equal, meaning there is enough demand for them. It's not a situation where there's not enough demand, because if you delivered equally to what you produced, you know what I'm saying, and almost to your capacity, it means that there is room, wiggle room, that if you advertise or whatnot, you could sell more. Oh, what's up, Becca? We see you in here too.
She says
Metal
metal yellow
yellow.
first red. I
What does
don't
that
know.
mean?
But you know what? You know another thing I just thought of. They could be bought up by somebody. Amazon might just buy them in and just bring them in house.
What,
You
Rivian?
know.
Man, this
Yeah.
founder though doesn't seem like that kind of guy, bro. I don't think this founder, just based on what I read about him, and like he doesn't seem like that kind of guy, man. He is. I think he's, and that's one thing also to look at when you're investing. You got to look at the person that you're investing in and be like, hold on, is he made from the right cloth? And I think this guy is, man. I think this guy is.
Did
You
you
know,
see a
he,
video of him or just pictures?
no, not pictures, just stuff that I read about
Oh,
him. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of is like Elonish. You know what I'm saying? There's similarities, maybe not as, because Elon is a marketer, low key. Like you know what I'm saying? He be making pitches. Oh, we're gonna do this. They're like, he's low key a marketer. You know what I'm saying? But this guy's not. But this guy's a true engineer, in that he has a PhD in engineering. He went to MIT. Yeah, he has a passion for his product. Well said, Hassan. I agree with that. That's one thing I read about. Like he really is very passionate about this stuff. Y'all check Slate.
oh, so
Oh,
he started it in '09 and then the name changed in 2011. So he's been at it for a while.
he has been on it for a while, man, and he is very passionate about this. So, you know, and his company again is doing fairly well for a fairly new company. Only 4 years IPO'd, guys. Already got partnership with Amazon. Already got partnership with Volkswagen. Ford was a big investor. Invested $1.2 billion. So, I mean, that would give him confidence. And then year to year, they're also losing less money, gain confidence. I mean, they already have a car that's working in market, you know. Um, so a lot of positive stuff. All
Hey,
right.
inshallah, as they say in the Middle East. Inshallah.
Inshallah, yes.
You
For
know,
sure.
we wish him well, inshallah.
Inshallah. What does Hassan mean? Y'all check Slate.
Slate. What the hell is Slate? Slate
What do you mean,
car.
Hassan?
Slate cars. There, Slate. Oh, look at Slate car. Google Slate car. That pickup looks cool. $50. Is that all? Right there, number one. Slate.auto. No, you just had it.
Oh, I was just trying to see the image. Oh, so it's another car company?
Man, you can get this car for $50, bro. I can buy it right now.
Reserve yours. So similar approach to Tesla. Tesla, you could reserve a car too for like $100.
The thing with EV is each brand is a market. Y'all want a truck? Go Rivian, Lux, go Lucid. Fisker was a failed EV brand. I think Slate is a new small pickup, very modular. Ooh, that does look kind of cool. How come we don't know about this stuff though? Like, where's their marketing? Like,
Uh,
you know?
Guys, the thing is, it's easy to create a car. Well, not, let me not say easy. Let me not say easy. No, it's not easy, but it's easier to create a car company. But creating a car company that's profitable is not easy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious about what this car company.
They raised 111 million in Series A, including an undisclosed amount from Bezos.
Oh, so Bezos is an investor as well. Okay.
Several other wealthy individuals also invested, including
Uh,
Walter, the controlling owner of Los Angeles Dodgers, CEO of Guggenheim and Partners, and Tool, who's the leading investor rebuild manufacturer, General Catalyst, a venture capital firm, TWG Global. In the mid 2012, it raised another 700 million. Okay, so the first car, a pickup truck, was announced in April of 2025. It's priced at 27.5.
that's pretty good.
Bezos is coming in on it. That's interesting.
Founded in 2022
Backed by Jeff Bezos.
and emerged from stealth mode in April 2025. So this is a fairly new company, and it's not even IPO'd yet.
No, they haven't even made a car yet.
Oh, all right. So then we can't even compare this company to Rivian. We need guys that have cars like we could go and test drive. You know, that's if
Build
not
one with
yet.
C, super customable, but a lot of big. The investor thing is kind of weird, right? I mean, a lot of these guys have taken major L's in investments. If we look at like major L's that Bezos has done and all these big guys have done, there's a lot of L's that they've taken. So he probably didn't even, he probably got like just money just sitting. It's like once it meets some sort of criteria, boom, just give him the money. He doesn't even
Dude,
know the guy, no
yeah.
nothing.
I mean, think about our stock portfolio, right? We're not big timers, right? Let's say even if you have $100,000, you could invest in multiple companies. When you have a capital like Jeff Bezos, over $100 billion, you literally could invest in every company essentially that comes up. Like, why would you not? I'll bet $1 million here, $1 million over there. You could invest
Yes.
$1
Yes,
million into 100
exactly.
companies. That's
Yep.
100 million. That's
Yep.
not even 10. It's 1% of your net worth. Like, it's nothing.
And one of those 100 might turn into a unicorn, a Billy, and that's it.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, he could invest in 1,000 companies, $1 million. 1,000 companies, $1 million, and that's $1 billion. That's 1% of his wealth. Bezos is what? Bezos' net worth is what? 241 billion. It's not even 1%, guys. It's 0.5% of his net worth. He could invest, let me tell you guys, he could invest $1 million in 2,000 companies. 2,000 companies, $1 million each. to not, the profit with AB and Steve. He could invest 1 million. You know what I'm saying? He could hold like 30% of the company and only just have 1% of his money gone. That's crazy. That's to be only $2 billion. He's worth 241 billion. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. It's like, oh, he's an investor, but at the same time, it's like you got money.
Guys, this is kind of the kind of rant we want to get into, to where the
Yeah,
wealth inequality, right? One of those
yeah,
can hit, and then he will just explode his wealth. You
hundred
don't have
percent.
extra money to invest in this. Most of us don't. We might have a little five, a little 10 here, a little this, a little that. We're trying to get a little drop in the bucket, right? You know, but he's got what, billions to invest?
Yeah,
Like that's insane.
yeah. So
He can buy the S&P 500, bro. Almost, bro. Almost.
yeah, he really can, man. The only comparison we got are penny stocks and random crypto. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
you're right. Penny.
Exactly. That's why I said about this company. It's kind of like you put 5,000, you hope to God, or, yeah.
All right, guys. I gotta sign out. It's past midnight, guys. This is crazy. We've been here almost
Man,
3 hours.
we got 7 viewers. This is awesome on a Friday
It
night.
is awesome, actually, guys. Thank you for rocking with us. For real, man. We really appreciate you guys, man. Whether you're here because you love the content or whether you're here to support us, nonetheless, we appreciate it for you being here with us. We thank you very much.
We want some feedback, guys, on like how we doing, what we can like adjust. We want to be a great value for you guys, right? So if some of this part is like, I don't need that. I like it when you guys do X, Y, and Z. Let us know in the comments. You know what I mean? But we're gonna keep trying different content, different way of presenting it, just to see what sticks. We enjoy it. That's why we come on this every night. Um, we're gonna try that whole rant thing that we talked about, Steve-O, shooting the shit on Sundays.
Yes.
Family
Yes.
dinner, guys. Get your dinner on Sunday. That's the initial plan right now, right?
Yep. Yep. And we got to give a special shout out, man. Even though this guy barely has any internet, I got to give my boy H man props yesterday. I peeped in for a little bit and I saw my boy on for showing up online and being a co-host and sharing his knowledge, man. We give you shout out, bro. You know what I'm saying? One of the first things we're gonna do when we do get money is get you that better internet service. We got you. A profit report is gonna sponsor your ass.
We're gonna start the H Jam company. It's gonna be a lot of flavor jams. We got the H Jam company. We're going to all kinds of flavors. The H Jam company. I was on AT&T
He said I was
3G. That boy got that scratch off. That scratch off from Walmart. You gotta add them. Gotta put a code in it to activate the internet. That kind of time that boy was on.
But you see, his son gave us he said, explain the words and numbers more. Y'all good. Okay. So you want us to
Okay.
expand on the numbers? Okay.
Well, I think
We
like
got
sometimes
you.
we say things like current assets, and they don't know what current assets is. That kind of thing. I
Mm,
think.
okay.
We be saying all
Okay.
these little words like net income and stuff. Like we have accounting background, but they might not necessarily know.
Got you. Got you. Okay. Yeah, we could do that for sure.
Hey, guys, any comments? What are we doing tomorrow? We got another car review we got to do tomorrow, right? I don't know, Steve-O. We
I
got any
think
ideas?
we gotta pick the original, bro. We gotta do the original car company, man. We gotta do the original, the ones that started the whole revolution, man.
The guy that
Guys, we
started
we doing Ford
the
tomorrow.
40 day, the 40-hour week, Mr. Assembly
Yes,
Line himself.
Mr. Assembly Line himself. We gotta represent America too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
The America that started Ford. We gotta. Is that what is that?
America, baby. I had the hat.
Oh, let's go. You gotta rock that tomorrow for real.
America, baby.
Oh,
I'm gonna be decked out. The Mara Tedeschi.
oh, Mario Tedeschi. Oh, that's funny, man. Yes.
USA, baby. I'm down for it. Let's check out Ford, man. I wish they're doing well because they America all the way.
Yeah. I mean, they made some money from investing in Rivian. That thing we know. So
Yeah.
we'll see how they do them. But tomorrow, Ford guys, any Ford
right.
stories? I used to own a Ford. Yeah. All right.
Hey, thanks for
All right,
watching,
guys.
guys.
Thank you
Thanks
again.
so much. We appreciate you. It's your boy AB,
It's your boy Steve.
and this is the Profit
And
Report,
we out.
guys. Peace out. We out for tonight.
Peace out, guys.